Mama, how do you do? Hey, what's up? Papa, how do you do? Hey, what's up? Sister, how you do? Hey, what's up? Brother, how you do? Hey, what's up? Yeah, Shabab, my name CJ Oman. Yeah, Shabab, Anatani Indikalam. في جنوب السودان ديري سلام ديري أمان. في ساو السودان ديري سلام ديري أمان. مانا يا غالي لجنوبين غالي ديري سلام. أي مانا يا ويري لكل زول غالي ديري سلام. سلام في بلادي فرح يجمعنا يلوم ملي أحلي الكريم اسمعنا. سلام في بلادي فرح يا ربي يقوم لي أحلي الكريم اسمعني. ديروا سلام كلنا هنا سلام. عينو ماما ماما ديروا سلام. عينو جنا جنا ديروا سلام. سلم لهم بابا سلم لهم سلم لهم بابا سلم لهم. Yeah, 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 يا جنوبي مستقبل سوا. يا جنوبي نجي سوا. جنوبي ومواطنين. يا جنوبي دكاترة ومهندسين. يا جنوبي مثقفين وسياسيين. يا جنوبي مزارعين وسياجين. يا جنوبي نجي سوا. بالسلام بوحدة وبأمان. للسلام يحسين. للسلام للسلام يحسين. للسلام للسلام مشتاقين. أنا دير سلام كلنا هنا سلام. عينو ماما ماما دير سلام. عينو جنا جنا دير سلام. سلم لهم ماما سلم لهم سلم لهم ماما سلم لهم. Yeah, 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 Mama, how do you do? Hey, what's up? Baba, how do you do? Hey, what's up? Sister, how you do? Hey, what's up? Brother, how you do? Hey, what's up?
أهلا بمشاهدي شبكة النيل الوطنية. مرحب بكم، و يعني شاركونا النهاردة في موضوع يمكن حيكون غيمة لبعض الناس. وعايز أقول إنه احنا في الاستوديو هسه معايا مابور ويلكونغ وويليام جولديت. I would like to say welcome for our viewers of the Nile Nation Network. Please join us and also share the video Uh, we're going to be talking to you today. As you see the topic, what are the reasons behind the sacking of the state governors and the chief administrative areas in South Sudan. ما هي أسباب إقالة حكام ولايات ورؤساء المناطق الإدارية بجنوب السودان. That will be our topic today. And of course, if you find yourself have any idea in regard to our topic, why not? When we drop the link, you can come and join us. Otherwise, for sure, we will be uh, giving our peace of mind or our views to what we thought that could be happening. Um, قبل ما نمشي للموضوع، معودينكم طبعا انه بنعمل عناوين بارزة ونحكي عنه شوية قبل ما نمشي لموضوعنا. Before we go to our topics, normally we like to give some highlights of things that are taking place there in our beloved country. So normally we like to do it like 3 regions, but in the case of now some of our colleagues are not here, so we will just give what we have, but it's going to be general. It's not going to be like Greater Equatoria or Greater Bahr Ghazal or Greater Upper Nile. So anyway, with no further ado, and also we want to try to keep the show for today maybe for 2 hours, and if we manage to keep going in that trend or in that path, that will be really great. Like we want to keep it short because people has other thing to do. Um, لو قدرنا انه نحتفظ انه الشو يبقى ساعتين الليله يبقى كويس، واحنا عايزين نحتفظ بيها لو قدرنا. بس لو الموضوع صار فيها نقاشات كتيره فهنحاول نشد حيلنا نشوف ناخد كم ساعه. Anyway, uh, um, brother William, if you can give us some highlights that you have, that will be great. Unmute yourself, please.
Greeting to you, Pel and Mabor, and our viewer. Thank you for you. And yes, I have 2 highlights today. One is both of them actually from Radio Tamazic. One is 24, which is about the Chief of Staff of IO. So the Chief of Staff of IO, General Simon Gadwit Dual, has rejected his appointment as the presidential advisor. The appointment was announced on state-run television SSBC on Monday evening. General Gadwit said, "I do not want it. I do not accept it. First of all, this post as peace advisor is not mentioned in a revitalized peace agreement. Secondly, I am still in the bush, and I am not a government member. It is Dr. Riek Machar who went to Juba and took the oath of office, and he began to drink the water of the country. Thirdly, our forces that have been taken to the training center since 2019 up to now have not graduated. This is a delay tactic by the government in Juba," Garwish said. "They have given me such a big post, but this is a delay tactic. If all my forces are graduated, police, prison, service, and wildlife following the peace agreement, I will go to Juba. But if forces are not graduated, why should I go to Juba? I'm not behind money. I'm not behind any position, but I am behind the right to fully implement the peace agreement, something we agree on, and that is what I am following now. يا ده بالنسبة الغايد بتاع الجيش الايو سايمون جرويتش هو رفض التعيين أن يكون مستشار للرئيس الجمهورية للشؤون السلام. وهو الكلام ده كان أعلنه في يوم الاثنين المضى في تلفزيون بتاع جنوب السودان في المسا. وقرويش عم بقول إن مثلا أنا ما حايز المنصب ده وأنا ما قبلته. فهم بقول أول شيء الوظيفة إذا غير موجود في اتفاقية بتاع السلام، ونمرة 2 هو لسه موجود في القلعة. الماشي جوا هو دكتور رياض مشر وحلفه هو شرب موية مع بتاع البلد. نمرة 3 القوات بتاعنا لا زالوا في مناطق بتاع التدريب من 2019 حتى الآن بدون تخريج. وهذا تأخير هو تأخير تكتيكي. هو بقول القرويش هم أداني وظيفة كبيرة، ولكن هذا هو تكتيك لتأخير للسلام. القوات بتاعي إذا خرجوا بوليس سجون والوايلد لايف حسب اتفاقية بتاع السلام أنا بمشي جوبا، ولكن القوات بتاعي لغارة سري ما تخرجت أنا لن حذف في جوبا. أنا ليزل وراء المال وأنا ليزل وراء الوظيفة، ولكن أنا متابع لتسبيق للسلام، وهذا شيء ناس اتفق عليه وأنا متابع الكلام ده الهايلايت. وهايلايت نمرة 2 هو كلام من دكتور وانا إيجا نائب رئيس جنوب السودان في الشؤون الاقتصادي. هو عم بقول إن أكثر من 400 شركات الشغالين في المناطق بتاع البترول لم يدفعوا الضرائب بتاعهم منذ 2011، والعايدة خسارة ده كله يوصل أكثر من 4 مليار دولارات. هو عم بقول إن الشركات هم شغالين ضد القانون بتاع الضرائب في جنوب السودان أكثر من 10 سنين المضت. هم بقول إن نحن كشفنا بس 40 شركات من 500 شركة بس، يعني 40 شركة من 500 شركة. فالقروش أيضا في قروش إضافة اللي هو 4.3 مليار هو القروش كمان من الضرائب ما حسبوا، يعني كله بصير 7 billion in revenue for the highlight الموجود عندي. and thank you pal.
Thank you so much, William. Let us maybe stop a little bit here with the appointment of Simon Garwidwal as the chief and as the presidential advisor for peace. So now I think 2 points that you mentioned there, I think very important. I think he's a chief of staff of SPLA-IO. He mentioned a point about he had his soldiers that were taken for training for the last 2 years till now are not graduated. And I think he still has some forces with him also in the bush. And he's their chief of staff, something like that. So if he got appointed, now he have to come to Juba and leave the forces there, or I don't know, Riek Machar will appoint another person to be the chief staff, chief of staff, instead of him. And also, I think all of you guys know that Riek Machar, he's still in house arrest. He is not released yet. So maybe that could be another point also, him being appointed and then get to Juba and get arrested also. And he mentioned there, this could be also tactics to delay the implementation of revitalized peace agreement, because that position is not there, right? Um, so I think uh, I agree with the guy. If he really refused the position, I think I do agree with him. Instead of things are being pushed, and there is no a very like clear reason why these things are happening, right? I think he's clear. Salva Kiir and Riek Machar have to implement the peace agreement. Thank you. I don't need it, Mama. Okay. You have to implement the peace agreement. Sorry, I have to stop a little bit here. My daughter bring me a drink, which I don't need. Sorry about that, viewers. Yeah. So I think he's right of the two things that he mentioned there. Hold on, guys. Hold on. No, don't worry. Okay. Okay. Sorry about that.
No worry, no worry.
He's
Yeah,
kind of like to
it's lovely daughter.
serve things like that. Thank you. Yeah. Anyway, and our viewers know we do this at home, so we don't have a special offices to do those. Sorry about that. Those interruptions. I think he's right, the guy right there. I don't know how this thing is going to work for him being appointed, how Riek Machar is going to react to that. Because few weeks ago, we heard a lot of rumors that like there is something will happen. Maybe Garwid he is planning something different, and a lot of rumors was happening. Maybe that's why he was appointed, so at least to cut those rumors. That to say there. Also, you mentioned something about Wani Iga was saying that the companies that working at the oil field and things like that, they didn't pay their taxes and things like that. I just want to mention one thing. There in SSBC this week, they bring a show where the mayor of Juba and the third person, I don't remember his position, but I think he's a deputy also to mayor of Juba, but also the real deputy of mayor of Juba, which is Tiek Tiek Mayar or Tiek Tiek Mayar. Tiek Tiek Mayar. I think he's a son of Salva Kiir. He's or maybe if it's not his son, could be a son of his brothers that maybe pass away, and he have to help out here and things like that. But I think he is his son. He says something. I think they went to implement these taxes thing, and who's paying what and who's not paying what. So what happened? I think he was saying that there is a guy from Darfur was mad because he was charged, I think, 15,000 SSP, and he was saying, "You guys will see. I have generals behind me. I have ministers behind me," and grab a big stick. I think want to beat up Tiek Tiek Mayar. So I think, and the guy told him, "You in South Sudan, you guys don't play by the rule. No one follow the rule. So why should I pay that money?" I think that is what is happening also with those companies that running in oil field. So they know South Sudan is not playing by the rules. so they have to not paying anything as they want. Mabor, can you unmute mute yourself, please? Mute yourself. Yeah. So I think that is what happening in South Sudan. If things are not played by the rule, no one will pay their taxes. We are losing a lot of money there. And we talked about taxes last time. Who is paying taxes and where this money goes, so people don't get the service that they want. Before I go in two other points, Mabur, do you want to say anything about Simon Gadwaidwell refusing his post? It was one of the highlights. It's not a topic, but if you have something to say.
Yeah, well, I have something to say. And Brother William already cleared it all. And what we know so far, even the leadership agree, because Simon Garwedwell, the way he talked, he did not rejecting it at all. He asked and said, even if you guys don't want to give it to me, okay? He said, even if you guys don't want to give it to me, but I'm the chief of the army, and I have an army with me here, who I can lead the army to. And why my army have 2 years in the training and is not yet graduated. So please, if you mean what you want, you need, or you mean what you do, please graduate those, and then I'm ready to go to Juba. So he said, I'm ready to go to Juba. And also too, he accepted that
is not gonna go to Juba, but he's like as you say there, right? Graduate those forces, okay, and then the one that are in my hand, put them into the training camps. Then now I can go to Juba. Yes, train them, and then now I can go to Juba. Okay,
that's what he said, and that's what he said, and all members of IO are supporting that. You know, all members of IO are supporting that. That Waidwell will go to Juba after those in Maganics and those in Karstan, those in Bob, those in everywhere in Western Bargadal, Central Equatoria, Western Equatoria, and the rest of Afrinal, Eastern Equatoria, all should to the training center where there is a training center today. If those are in the training already graduated, members of IO agree on that. So no more lecture for that. We all know that. And I think it will be up to Salva Kiir, everything put into his table again. And I hope he's going to take a look for it. He take it or not, that's the only thing. Position that need to be appointed from today, those who was being appointed already are enough. But not anything behind from today, we need those. I knew that in the training, the command already been established. But I don't know what is the big problem. He's not declaring those already been established to graduate those military in the training center. That's one thing. And also too, it's not swearing.
You're breaking off.
550 MPs. Yes, yeah, I knew that. Yeah, so that's why. So that's I will stop from there, and thank you.
Yeah, okay. And then later on, if you have any highlights, you can go ahead. I have something here. I think last week we know South Sudan also declared 3 days for mourning for the death of the Kinis Kaunda, mourning for 3 days, and the flag of South Sudan have to be run half mast. I was saying, really, South Sudan, how many people that die in South Sudan? How many people get killed? Okay, and South Sudan never mourn for those losses, never even fly the flag half mast, really. So really, South Sudanese, we have to favor now the strangers and our own we don't acknowledge when they die in our very hand, right? So I think that is really it's a shame to South Sudan. I don't mind mourning for 3 days for Kines Kaunda is one of the African leaders, the good African leaders. If he die, yes, for sure we should do that. But why is not happening when the real civilian of South Sudan, when they dies in large numbers, and South Sudan never did that? I think that is a shame. I think South Sudan should adopt whenever a son of the country or was killed or mass killing, things like that. I think South Sudan should be mourning, and also the flag should be fly half mast, which will take the whole year. Actually, our flag will be really flying half mast because of the numbers of death that keep happening in South Sudan, unjustified death. That is one thing there. The other thing that I want to talk about, I think, even though it's going to be part of our topic, but I see the SPLM IG took also the governors and the chief administrator that are appointed within the SPLM party to also assign them a new position to be, I think, the chairperson for the SPLM in their states and in their administrative areas. And then also they were sworn in now again by the SPLM party. I think it's a new thing now. SPLM is sworn in everybody, so to make sure that you are loyal to the party, and of course, if you break and do something not according to the policies, they will come after you really hard. So they do that for the youth position. They do that any cadres in SPLM party taking a position within the SPLM secretariat and things like that, they have to be sworn in. I'm not sure if that is a new thing or was it something old. I didn't see it in the old videos that was happening, but I think they got sworn in as the governors or the chief administrators, and also they went and got sworn in again as the chairperson of the SPLM parties within their respective areas right there. And also we talk about last time we talked about the flood and things like that. So now Egypt gonna do one of the things that we talk about. Egypt is gonna now clean the Nile, the weed in the Nile and the grass in the Nile, to make the flow of the water easy, and also maybe make the Nile deeper a little bit so it can contain more water. And also they're going to be digging reservoirs, right? And they say that those reservoirs so you can store some water, especially in the flooded area. So where the area that got flooded, and then I think they will dig it deep and make it like a reservoir, so the water will stay there, and people can use it for drinking water. And they're going to help also making healthy drinking water. So they're going to establish the system where those areas can have a very healthy drinking water. I think this is what we are talking about. Instead of the Egypt that is going to do it, we think that it's supposed to be South Sudan have the initiative to start doing that. Bring the machineries that can do those kind of things, digging reservoirs, channels, artificial rivers, and all these kind of things. Anyway, so but Egypt, I think, jumped in and is going to help with that one, which is that is very good. And so at least if those water get surrounded by these reservoirs and things like that, so maybe will help us with the flooding that keep happening every year. So anyway, I think I will stop right there. Mabo, do you have anything to say for the highlight before we go for our topic, or William?
Yes, thank you. Thank you for mentioning this. You know, I could appreciate a lot the members of Nile Nation Network that we are pushing things that sometimes we don't even see it, or even the members of South Sudanese community don't even see it, that we are doing a lot of things as the members of Nile Nation Network, because we came out with the thing that we bring with the research, and some of them are already being fulfilled. And this is the work that we, the members of Nile Nation, are doing in the course, including those who are in the back door doing those research. I could thank enough we, the Nile Nation Network, and their members who are doing research for them. Yes, like what you said about Nile, the Nile that behind me, they have a lot of things to be done. But the connection that going on today, that Egypt is doing, it has a hiding agenda.
Behind you, the Nile behind you, is it the White Nile or is it Amazon?
That's the White Nile.
Oh, okay, that's good. Okay.
That's
okay, yeah, keep going. Yeah.
So the White Nile, especially Egypt, have something behind it. I don't know if you guys could already hear that Kenya, Uganda, Burundi, and Tanzania signed a contract or a deal, a military. So that thing was threat to now. So they go and connect it and gangs together to make sure they have to threat those who can help, who can say no. And that's why it gives them a lot of easier to self-accuse, to give them an access and say, okay, you know what?
Mabur, is it easier to log in with your cell phone because your computer? Yeah, you are saying a lot of good stuff, but we can't hear it. Is it possible to log in with your cell phone so we can hear you clearly?
Well, my cell phone will not.
Okay. Okay, that's fine. That's fine.
Yes, next time I will use the next cell phone then. But now I cannot log in with it because I don't.
Okay.
I'm not. Yes, yeah. I'm not accessing
because we are losing a lot of good stuff that you are saying there because you keep breaking off and of course most of my concern is our viewers, because they want to hear you but now they can't hear you because you're breaking off. So try to fix that. William, do you have anything to say before we go to our topic?
No, what I want to add on issue of Egypt intervening in the affairs of Southern Sudan. It's not right. This is what I want to say. First of all, the government of Southern Sudan and the people of Southern Sudan, I think they have ability to do what they need to do. And it's not just an issue of I will come and help you here and there. is why do we want help here and there? Which means that the people of Southern Sudan government, they must, I don't want to say they should, but they must, whether now or down the road, there is no rush. There is the responsibility here. They need to sit down and form a researcher or researching committee, those who are well trained about water and flooding and drought and all these things. So they study and give the people of Southern Sudan a comprehensive resolve based on the research. And then that resolve will determine what we need to do. If we have to clean the rivers, or we have to dig the canal, or whatever, we have to build the dams. So this is the first step we need to do, because everything we need to do, it have to be sustainable, endurable, you know. So that is very, very important. But if we just rely on a person like Egypt that has been abusing the water for century or decades, and then we said if we allow him to come here, that is irresponsibility of the government of Southern Sudan to allow that. Yeah. So you could be a partner if there is a need from Southern Sudan that we need him, and I don't know why should we need Egypt, even if we have our own research and then we decided to to do the development projects on the Niles. We have experts from other countries. We can hire them, pay them money, and then they can come and train our own people and work with them like what Ethiopia is doing now. But that policy of you crash my bag and I crashed yours. This is what we are seeing here now, the relationship between Egypt and South Sudan. Egypt want to keep the government of Salva Kiir, which is okay with Salva Kiir, and Salva Kiir need to give what Egypt need. So that is not the for the interest of the people of Southern Sudan. So for me, the answer should be no. The people of Southern Sudan should say no. Our land, we fought for it before. We fought for it. Even until now, we're still fighting for it. And abuse of it, it should be resisted, as we resisted the Northern Sudanese and Egypt himself, and even Arab in general. So enough is enough. So this is what I can say. We need to train our own people, do the research even 1 year, and give us a comprehensive result, and then that result will tell us what we should be doing with our water. Thank you.
Yeah, you know, William, I do agree with you, but it will be so hard for the normal civilian of South Sudan to say no, because first of all, when the flood come, there is no any help they get from the government. And I see now people, I think they from Bantu, they call them leg or something like that. They went to give a legion to Salva Kiir and telling Salva Kiir, please, can you keep us in your right arm? Because they say our land was submerged by the flood, but we didn't get any help. And we know, like, the majority of South Sudan, the South Sudanese, they got flood, but we didn't see them getting help, except those who were in that area. What is it called? I forget the name of this. Those who came from Bor and then stayed in central Equatoria. So that is where we see the help go. But the rest of South Sudan, no, they just run away. So now for them, it's hard for them to disagree. If Egypt say, I'm going to help, right? I'm going to dig reservoirs for the water to be stored there for your consumption in the hot season when there is a drought. You can use it. They're not going to say no, because the government of South Sudan is not doing anything. It's not doing anything for its people at all, right? So it's hard for the normal civilian to say no, because they don't see from your lenses. Yes, your lenses, you look from different angle, that the resources that we have, Egypt want to take them, and they take it by shovel and they give us with a teaspoon, right? So that's what is happening. So yes, I do agree with you, but our normal civilian, they don't see it that way. So
Yeah,
but
and that is Pell.
totally right. Yeah.
Sorry for interruption. That
No,
is
no, good,
why
good.
that
Interrupt. That's why we're
our
here.
duty as educators is very important to create awareness or to mobilize the people of Southern Sudan who has been really, really forgotten or just abandoned, not to be made aware of how whatever uh, what is important for their life, what is it about, and yeah.
Yeah.
So it is our responsibility and government responsibility. Yes, sustainability and endurable solution is very important. So we don't want a quick thing that even the Egypt, as we talked last time, the Aswan Dam has been done for how many centuries now? Over 50 years. It has been constructed based on one side theory to benefit Egypt. And then what come with it? The risk for other people in the southern Egypt. They didn't care about that. So it has been done to benefit one side. So for us now, if this thing we have to do whatever we need to do in South Sudan, we will have to look at it. It is something beneficial for the people of Southern Sudan. What will we get from it? What are the consequences of doing it? The risk for doing it, the outcome of the risk or the benefit. So we have to look at those things. If the risks uh, are more than the benefit, then it's not a good thing, right? So, but no, yes, you are right. The people will say, "Oh yes, we are tired of a flooding or something like that. Oh, Egypt is coming to rescue us." This is what they will say because they are not informed, you know. So you have to inform the citizen to be responsible. You know, when they say yes, they are saying yes responsibly. You know, and instead of leading the people who are ignorant to what? Even in the court, pal, if you go to the court and somebody does not understand the language, you know, so the judge will ask, do I need interpreters to make sure this person understand what we're doing here? If there now is interpreter, they cannot go ahead and conclude, you know. So the people of Southern Sudan, when they say yes, do they and do they understand what is it? That is very important. So عشان يقولون هنا مثلا اللجنة بتاع البحث يشكلوا اللجنة إن يمشي يحملوا بحث عن الأسباب بتاع الفيضانات، ولا لو حملنا كده الفايدة بيكون شنو، ولا الخطورة بيكون شنو، ومن هناك هم يجوا بالنتيجة، نتيجة واحدة للشعب ده الجنوب السوداني، يقول دايرين نحمل الكلام ده لأنه أننا بنستفيد منه بالكلام ده، والخطورة بيكون أجمع كده. إنيا شعب واعي واتخذوا قرار مسؤول. ولكن المصر هو إنسان بس داير موية بأي ثمن، وأننا بالسبب رخيصة أننا خلوه تعال. يا أخي مصر ده قاعد في ملكال ده أحسن بنيات في الموجودة، بيقولوا الري المصر، وين أنت تمشي الري المصر قاعدين على الموية من 200، ولا في زول عارف ذاته قاعدين اللي شنو تأثر جايين تاني اللي شنو، والقناة الجنجولة كان دايرين يعفروا داك ده. هل في زول فهم الشعب الجنوب السودان إني كان دايرين يعفروا ليه؟ والأرخ الشعبية وقفوا ليه؟ وطيب الجايين يعملوا تاني هسه ليه؟ No. بس ده الرسالة بتاعنا بسيط، إنه مثلا سلفا كير داير يحتفظ بس بالسلطة بتاعهم، ده السبب. ومصر داير إنه مثلا يجي يغش الناس، يقول أنا بيحمل لكم موية، ويشوفوا إنه مثلا شغال، وشعب السودان يقول هللويا هللويا سلفا كير ومياردة زول ما شاء الله، وجاب لنا مصريين عشان المويه ده ما يجينا يقتلنا تاني. كذب هيدا.
Thank you. Thank you for speaking your mind right there. So let's go to our topic. If we finish with the highlight, let's go to our topic. Our topic today is what are the reasons behind the sacking of the state governors and chief administrative areas in South Sudan. Of course, when they got relieved from their duties, Salva Kiir appoint also a new one. So this thing is happening, I think, after they tried to implement the revitalized peace agreement, and as the parties agreed on which state is going to be run by which party and all this kind of thing. But I just realized that within this period, I think Salva Kiir, it was in the period that they're trying to implement the peace agreement, the revitalized peace agreement. I think Salva Kiir was in the SPLM party, IG. I think he changed the states that fall under his party. He changed them maybe several times already. Okay. I don't want that to happen to other states that are run by other parties, because I think they are doing it. They understand it very well. But for the states that are under the SPLM IG party, what is going on? Why every time, every 6 months or a year, you appoint somebody, and then people will seem like it's doing good, and then you relieve him from his position and then bring another person? I think that raises a question to us, which maybe we don't know exactly what is happening within the SPLM party, unless if somebody from them came to us here, SPLMIG, and came here and say, oh, these are the reason. But we know for sure when a person is appointed, okay, which I don't like the appointment and things like that. We need the real democracy, whereby the people will bring their governor, whereby the people will bring their chief administrator, they voted in, or their commissionary, right? Or their MP. They have to be voted in by the people. But we are not there yet. We are still in the system of appointment. We are sick of it. Since we were with Jalaba will appoint our governors, will appoint everybody, right? So it's not good. It's not a democracy. Let the people bring their leader. But anyway, that is where we are right now. Why SPLM IG keep give somebody a position for 6 months and then take him out, bring another person for 6 months or 1 year, take him out? The person didn't even sit and trying to, maybe the first 3 months they are thinking how to do their program and things like that, how to execute it. Now want to implement it, you're out. And when you take them out, it's like a change to the whole system of the government there, right? Because the new governor, the new chief administrative area will come with their will also reshuffle the ministers, the office managers, right? Like a lot of reshuffling will happen, right? And I think whenever they heard that, their governor or the chief administrator now is relieved, I think they will be like running like crazy to finish certain deals, right? So they know that they're not going to stay in their position. So I think that is a bad culture to me, right? Like at least Salva Kiir, unless I will come to this point later on, unless if there is a deal going on, but it's supposed to be you give somebody a position, leave him there, okay, as you like that person is accountable to you, right? They will come in monthly basis, in 2 month or quarterly, to come to give you reports, right, of what they are doing. As a president, then you advise them. You tell them, okay, do continue with this, don't do this, don't do this. If you see them, they are not doing the right thing for the favor of the people, then you give them warning. You give them warning till you tell them, okay, you know, you exhausted all the warnings now. You seem like you're not following the rule. Please, I'm going to take you out. But it seemed to be whatever happened is happened just suddenly. Okay, it's just today you are the governor, tomorrow you are out. Maybe no ideas, right? So or unless if there is a deal, and that deal, I will put it this way: people line up within the SPLM party, IG, that all these people in within no time, they have to be all called honorable, and they are lined up, and then you give them the position every 6 months. They know that they will come to an end. You take them out, you put the new one, because that is the deal. I give you the position, we will call you honorable. Yeah, I don't know, maybe there is incentives that is really, really good when you get, when you are appointed a certain position and take out. After that, you get some incentives, okay, toward your retirement, right? Which is very good incentives. Maybe will make you rich in no time, unless if that is the deal that is happening. I heard one lady, she was saying, we know the governor of Lagos State. I thought that the guy was doing a good job. He collected all these thousands of guns, right? Because the people there killing themselves, cattle raiding, and all these kind of things. So one of the things that we yearn for it is all these guns have to be taken out of the civilian hands, have to be only in a law enforcement personnel. That is the people that's supposed to be carried gun. If unless also if they don't abuse their powers as the law enforcement people, right? But the lady say, yes, the former governor of Lagos State, he was doing good, but also the new governor that they were celebrating for him, also he was been waiting for so long. So it is his time now to be the governor. I was saying, really? So why he was waiting? Like, is it people waiting in a line and you wait so long? Hey man, get out from the seat quickly, man. You take so long, man. Get out, man. I need to sit too. Is the thing? So you see, all these things make me wonder. Please, Mabor and William Goldbeat, let us help ourselves out here. And it's a very reason, right? Why the SPLM IG leave the governors and the chief administrative not to sit on the chair for some time so we can see the fruit of their work. Why they are not letting them stay till somebody finish their work? I don't care about the new people that are given like being appointed, like we see with the Warab governor and things like that. When he was appointed, Salva Kiir told him and the other elites and the elders of the SPLM party, or maybe Warab state people. So they were telling him, Salva Kiir were telling him, if you didn't bring peace in Warab state, me personally, I'm going to move there. I was saying, what are you going to do there as a president, right? Or maybe he's going to appoint it himself. Now I'm the governor of the Warab now. Salva Kiir Mayar did. Or Salva. I don't like saying the deed part, but it's a slip of my tongue. Salva Kiir Mayar, because deed is something great to me, and I think till now Salva Kiir don't earn that to be the deed guy. Not you, William Goldbeat. I think I have a lot of respect to you more than I respect Salva Kiir, because the country is really dying under his hand, like really dying under his hand. He's not he's not good doing any good. Anyway, tell me, guys, why Salva Kiir keep changing the governor and administrative area? What is going on? Is there a deal there going on? People lining up? What did you guys think? Mabor, if you can unmute yourself, if you have any idea why Salva Kiir is doing that, and maybe talk a little bit. I don't know how the internet will cope with you on that one, or your computer. Let us give it a try. If it's cutting off, I will let you know you're cutting off, so we can give chance to William, right? So at least our viewer will stay with us. And also, I will say the control, please, if you can drop the link and let people come and air their views. Maybe somebody will tell us something important why Salva Kiir is doing that. Mabor, you can go ahead. Unmute yourself.
Yeah, I was I was doing the links. Sorry, I didn't put it a while ago. Yes, if you could see the situation like what you said, it's really confusing. Because why I say it's really confusing? When there is something sort of something called an agreement. An agreement means I and you, I agree with you to do certain thing. You know, anything that I want to do, I have to sit with you to consult you for what we agree with. But what is going on in Salva Kiir camp is really confusing. When I say it's really confusing, the governors that was being appointed, the first governors that was being appointed in Salva Kiir camp, only some are still there. If I could not, and if you see, since 2006 or since 2010, I'm really very confusing. I'm asking myself, me, what do Lobong done in East Africa, in Eastern Equatoria, that become loyalists in South Sudan? That maybe, yes, I'm asking that I don't see. Maybe you guys seen what Lobong done, but I want an answer. What do Lobong done since 2010 when he got elected? What did he done? Myself, I don't see. I want someone to elaborate it to me and say, oh, yeah, you know, Lobong done this, done this, done this. Then I will be convinced. Come to 2013. What do Nguyen Minfield done since 2013 until then? That I don't see. Maybe someone should come and say, oh, Nguyen Minfield done this, done this, done this. That could convince me. And this is the two people, even if they cut the cake into a spoon, a small spoon, they have to put them up to that corner. And when they try to put the cake together, they have to be a lead with those cake. And I believe that was the issue that made Salva Kiir fighting with Dr. Machar in Eastern Equatoria not to be given to IO because he want that guy to be there. I think maybe, I don't know, maybe tomorrow what left is maybe he will say, okay, I'm out, Lobong come in. Maybe the guy is doing a lot of good things in the whole country that we don't know. So coming to why you put someone today and you remove him before even it's not even established. The established that I mean, seeing the government form, there's no MP. And you keep putting people and keep removing, and yet you don't even bring MPs. How someone will work without MP? How do you will accuse someone that he's doing a good job? He's not doing a good job, and what the root of the government always is MP. There's no government. We don't have a government as we talk about. I put it that way. Someone will tell me, yeah, there is a government. But I know so far we don't have a government. Because what I know on my own analysis, the government is MP, members of parliament. Mean what? Mean is someone come from the community to go and talk about what community need. But it's not there. They're not there. Someone should tell me there's an MP. Where are they? I don't see them. And then, so which means what I will conclude it for, Salva Kiir holds South Sudan hostage. Simple as that. And back to you.
Thank you, Mabor. That is your view right there. Let me come to William. William, as Mabor was saying, yes, there is was in SPLM in government. The states that are belong to them, I think only 2 states that maybe he didn't touch all these times. But like, which is the Eastern Equatoria and Unity State. Me, I don't mind, leave them there as long they deliver, as long they do work, as long they will bring those states really to a good standard. That is fine. But if they was been there for so long, now they become reluctant, is become the office of the governor, become like their backyard, that where they just go for have fun and come back home, right? Then that is not good. So what will be the reason then why you keep kicking out all the rest of the governors? Okay, say the chief administrative area for Pibor, for Baybor. We know Morley community, they never rest. Every time they have problems with Lawnware, with Denkabur, right? Because of the cattle raiding and also go kidnap some children. Do you think really the new administrative area, I heard him, he said that he's going to bring peace, but there is a peace that was done between the 3 states, the Bebor and Jongle with the other 2 communities of Jongle, but no peace. No peace. Every time Morley, you know that they are, you don't see them in front of you, they will come from behind you. So there is no peace. I don't think that the new administrative area will really bring peace, right? And talk to Morley people, stop what you are doing, right? I don't think so. That needed a different kind of work, not only changing the administrative area. Okay, with the administrative area of Ruweng, okay, he was changed also, right? And the first guy, we don't know what he didn't do anything yet, right? And you change him, you bring a new one. We see the Warab also, he changed the guy and bring in the Alew, right? And now with the Lagos State, he changed the guy and bring the other general in the army that was saying, if you don't if you don't give us this gun, we will bring them by the way or another, right? So now, are these people really going to bring really peace? People will not be killing themselves because of the cows. So why Salva Kiir is doing this, right? Not letting those people to at least yield fruit, bear fruit, so at least we can see their fruit. So why he's doing that? To you, William.
Yeah, thank you, Pal and Mabor and viewer. Yeah, يمكن بيكون أحسن إن ده سؤال مهم جدا. لماذا إن مثلا رئيس سلفا كير الزوج يطلق، الزوج يطلق، الزوج يطلق، أوكي؟ ما هو السبب؟ So you know, culturally ثقافة يعني بيحسر بالأخلاقيات بتاعنا وطريقة إن مثلا الصرف هيك، يعني بيحسر. فأنا بقول الكلام ده ليه؟ لأنه تاني نشوف nature or culture of the president Salva Kiir، الثقافة بتاعه أو طبيعة بتاع الحكم، عشان نقدر نجاوب السؤال ده. Or let's say, in other words, to define a political system under which President Salva Kiir operate. هو نظام بدأوكم بتاعه شنو؟ أظن if I can mention 3 political system. واحد of them اللي هو حكومة شمولية، totalitarian government. ما هو حكومة شمولية؟ يعني حكومة هيدا مسيطر على المؤسسات بتاع الدولة وكل أي شيء في الدولة، ولا يسمى فرصة للأحزاب الأخرى. هو بس فقط الرئيس والأعضاء بتاعه. يمكن في الثقافة بتاع الحكومة ده حكومة كويس. يعني مثلا لو شيلنا الصين مثلا، حكومة شمولية، حزب واحد هو بيحكم، ما في أحزاب تاني. في روسيا مثلا، ولكن في ديفلوبمنت في دولة، بس انت ما في احزاب تاني مثلا يقول انا ده نعمل كده، ما في، ممنوع. طيب هل سلفا كير ده الطبيب بتاع الحكومة بتاعه في جنوب السودان totalitarian government or no؟ النظام بتاع الحكومة الثاني is a tyrannical government. هذا النظام شمولية كمان، ولكن عندهم ثقافة مميزة تاني من الحكومة الشمولية. أنا قلت قبل شوية، لأن هذا بيستخدم وحشية cruelty، يخوف العالم، يقتل السياسيين ويقتل البشر المواطن. اوكي، هل كير في جنوب السودان هو في نظام ده ولا في نظام العول الشمولية؟ لأنه حكومة ده بتقتل البشر وبقتل السياسيين وبسيطر على الدولة، يعني ما في راحة للمواطن ولا في تنمية ولا في أي شيء، في موت. والحكومة الثالث ممكن يقول إنه مثلا حكومة ديمقراطية، بخلى في تنوع من الأحزاب الأخرى، وديل طبعا بتم انتخاب أي رئيس. معناه لما الشعب يحتخب معناه شعب غار كلمته، يعني أنا داير يحكمني الشخص داك، لأنه الشخص داك أفكارهم هو يو بيجيب لي اللي أنا عايزه أو تنمي أو أي شيء في الدولة. معناه الشعب بقول كلمته في لا حكومة ديمقراطية. نينا أنا برأيي حكومة بدا سلفا كير هو حكومة بدا tyrannical government, because Kir is killing the opponent اللي هو السياسيين من أحزاب الأخرى, and Kir is killing everybody in Southern Sudan. نمرة 2 هو يو مناسب للسلفا كير. طيب النظام ده how did it operate؟ هنا بخليني نفوت في شيء اسمه political patronage. يعني معناته شنو هنا مثلا في النظام هيدا أو reward سلطة للبال. I reward it. I don't give it to Mobor, but I give it to you. But when I give it to you as pal, that means you have to listen to me. You have to work according to what I want, not according to what you want or to what your constituency اللي هو ناس بالدار بتاعك عايزينه. لا، أعطيك الشغل وأنت أنا بمشي زي ما أنا عايز. This is a patronage appointment. Okay, حتى أنا مريد contracts أو قروش اللي بديو في جنوب السودان، قروش كبيرة زي ده يديو لإنسان يحولوا له حساب بتاعهم. أنا بفضل القروش ده نديو للمبور، أو عقد بتاع شركة نديو للمبور، أو وظيفة أنا أعطيه للمبور وما نديو للبال. This is a political patronage or political or patronage appointment. So in these environments, it goes two ways. I have been appointed for the reason. No, there is no inner constitutional immunity. I'm not immune constitutionally. Okay? Immunity بتاعي بيجي من إنسان هو عمله appointment. So no jurisdictions or constitutional immunity here, because الكرسي ده أدانا له ده it was not given to me constitutionally. كان من الرئيس نفسه، والرئيس لو ما عجبه الشغل بتاعي نفس الشيء طريقة هو عاينني ده هيشيلني برا. For this is exactly the behavior of Rais Salva Kiir. He is in an environment of tyrannical government, and he is using the authority of political patronage, where he can give the position to a person he wants, and he can move that person when he's not happy with you. So نحن عشان نقدر إنه مثلا نعمل correction للرئيس، نطلع برا من ال environment هو موجود فوقه هلا in his leadership. ال peace agreement موجود. ال peace agreement ده يعني حتى كل أي حزب، فمن المفترض إنه مثلا رئيس سلفا كير يقول أنا I'm not acting at the time before the agreement. After the agreement, a peace agreement, there is a change already. So I have to reform. And then I have to go according to the peace. But again, he is not liberated yet. محرر نفسه من النظام بتاعه العادي. هو النظام بتاعه نقله من النظام القديم ده all system، وجابوا معاهم للسيستم بتاع الاتفاقية بتاع السلام ده، and he is still operating yet. So it's danger for peace agreement because these people, the two partners to the peace agreement, they have to build the working relationship, collaborative approach that we have signed the peace. We need to carry each others in order to implement the peace. So the people who died yesterday, they don't die in vain, you know. So, but to answer your question, Salva Kiir is operating under a tyrannical government, and is using patronage appointment, which is you reward the position and then you remove that person. They go together. I give you, I remove you. That's it. So there is no people here. There is no constitutional appointment here. So this is how this guy is operating. And we are, Lalasif, maybe Dr. Mashar can vindicate himself from what is going on around the media now. And we heard from the chief of his staff saying many things, what happened. If you see, IO is silent. They said President Salva Kiir has appointed the general chief of staff of IO. This is a clear violation of the peace agreement. He does not have jurisdiction here. This is not his jurisdiction to appoint a person from other party. So you cross the red line and he appointed. So Riek should correct this one by saying that.
I thought that Riek is in agreement with him on that. But
okay.
I need to ask, yeah, I thought that maybe he's in agreement with him, because how come you're going to achieve, you're going to appoint the chief of the staff of another movement and without the party chairperson consent? Anyway, but before we go there, I want to ask another question for two of you, right? I know that with the interim constitution that Salva Kiir operating with now, many people blame John Luke Jock, the late John Luke Jock. But my question is, because there is a lot of unlimited power that was given to Salva Kiir in that interim constitution, is it really the late John Luke Jock have to be blamed for all this, or it's actually the party is the one that should be blamed for, because he was operating under the SPLM IG party at that time? So what is your take on this thing? I hope Major Mabor is focusing with me here. Are you with us, Mabor? If Mabor is not ready, so William, you can go and then Mabor will answer, just to make sure he got the question right. I just need just to get your idea, right? John Luke Jock was blamed for this interim constitution that Salva Kiir operating with. Is it supposed to be really the late John Luke Jock mistake, or is the party problem?
Yeah. Yeah, okay, and thank you for saying that it was Dr. Riek Machar who appointed is good, but the public need to know that. So, and that was what I was saying.
I didn't say that it was Dr. Riek Machar that appointed the chief of his chief of staff to be the presidential advisor for peace. No, I thought that he is in consent, yeah, okay. Both of them agreed to do that. Otherwise, okay. Salva Kiir has no really jurisdiction to do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we hope the clarification will come from the chairman. To answer this question, whether John Luke or party, شوف John Luke can raise with a constitution, right? With a committee, right? This is my understanding. You can correct me, or other people can correct me. If he was a chairperson, as a person entrusted, I don't know, he was a lawyer or
Yeah.
he
Yeah.
was a
He's a
lawyer.
lawyer. No,
So
he studied law. He studied law, but I'm not
yeah,
sure if he's a lawyer.
I
But
don't
he
think
studied law.
I don't think he can be individually blamed, because the drafting committee, they are the one who put all things together, and then maybe he can, I don't know, uh, 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 he was appointed on basic on which power
Let me
edit,
let me
to
let
edit,
me
or
help.
to
Mhm.
or to review, or to
Yeah,
plan, or Brian is, I don't know, on which
because
capacity you appointed for that,
yeah,
you know.
what I heard, as you
Mm.
mentioned, he was the head of the whatever, doing the constitution and things like that.
Let,
But
let
people
me up
say,
in. Let me up in a little bit.
okay, come in.
What
Okay,
happened? Thank,
okay,
thank you.
okay.
Let me
Let
interrupt it.
Mahmoud come in,
What
William, and
happened
then
here?
you can continue.
Sorry.
Okay.
What, Mabor? We are not hearing you.
No. I hearing you. You was talking. That's what I'm trying to listen. Okay. So let me interrupt on that. What happened to be when constitution was being done during the constitution of last time? John Luke was the Minister of Justice. Okay, to be clear here, John Luke was the Minister of Justice, and Dr. Machar was advisor within the Constitution. I don't know if you guys never heard about what they say. They told Dr. Machar that you are not a lawyer during the time that they were doing the Constitution, because this Constitution was being rejected by Dr. Machar, because Dr. Machar is a vice president, and also too, he have to represent anything on what they call it, August. I don't know, is a MP or is a Senate. I don't know. They call it August. So the vice president have to represent something there. They went and told
This house, they are the MPs. They are the parliament.
House, yeah.
Yeah, they are the parliament.
They told him, you are not a lawyer. Leave everything to lawyers. That's what they told Dr. Machar. So Dr. Machar have to because they bought them out.
Okay, but Mabur, before you go, this is what happened. People that blame the late John Luke Jock, right? Because many people, they pointed out that, okay, now in this constitution, the president was given so much powers. And late John Luke, because he's a lawyer, he was arguing and he was saying, no, this is how these things should be, right? And because he's a lawyer and he's the Minister of Justice and he's the head of the constitution, thing, so they let him goes, right? And at that time they were kind of like reluctant a little bit. Oh, we are one party, what will go wrong? Nothing will go wrong, and things like that. So accidentally they give all these powers.
They came from the bush. Let me try to put it here. They came from the bush. They didn't know those who come from northern Sudan, which is young council of elders, that they are going to manipulate John Luke John. He was thinking that the president need to be secure. Okay? John Luke, want a secure president in case we don't need anybody come from the north to come and destroy what we put together as a country, because we are going we are yearning for independence. So he gave president authority, but he didn't know that he didn't know that something behind it from Young Council of Elders after we got independent. I hope in the time that we got independent, John Luke should come back and revise the constitution before 2012. After 2011, it could be great, but he kept quiet. And then Young Council rotating, manipulating things, keep taking up those powerful military rank, chase them away from the military. Those need to be put into jail, including Simon Garway was put into jail before even independent done. And those Taban Dengai used to be a high rank, they take them to retirement. Everybody. I don't know if I could. 2012, they put a lot. What happened? So,
Mabur, we can hear you there. I think whenever you talk, I think your computer get too heated too much and it start breaking off. When it's heated, maybe so you're not hearing us, and we are not hearing you. So let us leave it there. Let your computer cool down, because whenever you talk, I think
I'm hearing you.
You're hearing us, but there is some little bit of delayment. So let me put it this way. Yeah. Okay. So So you hold on right there, right? I just want to put it this way, because I don't know. I'm part of those who can. I'm one of those people can say yes. I think late John Luke Jok play a very negative role within the powers that was given to the president. Even though they were playing that we are coming from the bush and we have to protect the president and the position of the president from these young council of elders, that majority of them coming from the north. They were with the government of Sudan. We don't want them to hijack the power from there. But now, as we know that we are talking about really, is this taking these governors out, chief administrative out, okay, and bring new one without us seeing really the real work of these people? What did they do wrong? Okay, what did they do good? The good thing that they are doing, are they going to continue? As Mabur said earlier, we have a few governors that was been there since we got our independence. Are they really in the right track? And so that is the reason Salva Kiir don't relieve them, or it's just there is a deal going on with the states that under Salva Kiir, that there is people line up and he want them all to be honorables. He want them all to have some incentives when they get appointed as the governor and chief administrative, and then they go, right? But by them being there in they come new and then they take out. Is this really going to bring peace into those states? William, if you can take it from there.
Yeah, as I mentioned in the beginning, because if we look at what is the reason is, as I mentioned, that the reason is very clear, that the nature of the government Salva Kiir operate is tyrannical government. And then you're using patronage appointment, okay? And that one, you know, if I'm running my own company, I hired and I fire, I hire and I fire, you know? There is no any person who can hold me accountable, only myself. No, when it comes to the state of the, in term of the state, and then كل شيء يختلف. هذا الدولة لازم إن مثلا قرارات ياخدوها حبر المؤسسات بتاع الدولة. أوكي، في برلمان بيعطي إميون اللي هو الدستور بتاعنا بيعطي حماية للموظف بتاع الحكومة. أوكي، الرئيس ما عنده أي حق مثلا يقول أنا طلعت، لأنه المناصب دي المناصب سيادية. These are constitutional position, and there is no any person who is himself or herself is holding a constitutional position can have a power to remove, unless في مشكلة قضية سياسية أو فساد إن الشخصي نهب الأموال بتاع الدولة، أو إن مثلا is incompetence غير قادر على الشغل، ولا ما في طريقة إلا الرئيس أو برلمان يشيل الزول ده. مثلا في كندا هون كان في مشكلة بدال بيقولوا وي شيرتي سكاندل. اوكي، يعني رئيس بدال كندا هون يمكن وزير المالية بدال كندا he reward the contract to we charity. يعني في الزمن بدال بالسنة اللي فات القروش كلها كان يمكن 900 مليون، يعني تقريبا 1 billion. طيب when the investigation come, they investigated في لجنة مصغرة في برلمان عملوا investigation، يعرفوا إن مثلا المنظمة ده عنده علاقة مع أمور رئيس الوزراء بتاعه، يعني أسرة كله عندهم علاقة. واحد. اثنين، الرئيس المالية الوزير المالية بتاع كندا الشركة المنظمة ده وزول ماشي برا من كندا للمؤتمر، ولا المنظمة ده ماشي دفع إيجار بتاع أوتيل يمكن 41,000. طيب ده فضية. أنت كيف تقبل القروش ده 41,000 ده من الشركة من المنظمة؟ فرئيس الوزراء وجد نفسه في مشكلة كبيرة جدا، هو طلب من الوزير المالية أنه يستقيل لأنه في تعقيق، وضغط عليه أحزاب سياسية أخرى. فمن الكلام ده اللجان القانونية ممكن يطلب ان انت نعم الوزير ده وزير بتاعك انت كرئيس الحزب الحاكم، لكن هو الرقب الجريمة او عمل الفساد لازم يطلع. يعني الانسان في المنصب بتاع الدستوري ممكن يتشال بالطريقة ده، ولكن في جنوب السودان زي ما انا ذكرت هنا مثلا هنينا في حكم بتاع tyrannical السيستم، ان سلفا كير بقتل اي زول، الناس كلهم ما قاعدين في بيوتهم هلا، الغرة كلهم مخلوقة كلهم. اوكي، بقتل الناس، والبقول للجيش بتاعهم قال انتم امشي مشى حالكم، اي شيء انتم شايفينه شيل الراتب بتاعكم من اي زول، معناه اقتل وشيل. اوكي، ده كلام بتاعه. حكوم بتاعه مش حكوم بتاع الشعب، والتعيينات بتاعه ده تعيينات انسان انت عينوك ده، اذا هو مبسوط معك بخليك، لو ما مبسوط معك بشيلك. فالسبب الرئيسية انا بشوفه ان مثلا طبيب بتاع حكم بتاع سلفا كير نظام ده ليس له مكانه في جنوب السودان بعد اتفاقية بتاع السلام الموجودة. لازم كلام ده يتلهش مع نظام المشي وناس يمشي باتفاقية ده. شفت كيف؟ يا but إذا هو بعده عايش في الأول سكول هيطلق والزوج هيطلق الزوج والنظام ماشي كده. شفت كيف؟ yeah. So this is what I can say. yeah. ما فعل بالنسبة لل سوري بالنسبة للجون لوك يعني أنا you know جون لوك هو يمكن في وقت بتاعهم he was the right person in the eyes of Salva Kiir أو جين كانسل لأنه عايزين إنسان ضعيف البقدر إن مثلا يستغلوه زي ما نائب مبور قال إن they manipulated الزول ده ولا هم جابوا انت حمل الكلام ده ومشي الكلام ده ومشي الكلام ده لأن عارفين إنسان ضعيف he is very weak but if he was not weak ما كان بيجيبوه في المحل ده. اوكي سو اوكي أنا نقول خلاص لوم على منو؟ لوم على الإنسان الضعيف ولا الإنسان المخطط؟ مين المخطط الأول؟ هو يجي نفس الخطة بتاعهم حبر إنسان الضعيف. شمالين ما كان بيجيبوا جنوبين الكويسين يعني الغوين عقليا. اوكي بيجيبوا إنسان الضعيف والقويين عقليا بقتلوه. مثل نيلسون مانديلا خطوه في السجن كان يقتل أساسا والناس الكويسين كانوا قاعدين برا عايشين مع الحكومة بتاع البيوت. فنفس الشيء الجين كانسل الموجود بيعمل كوبي بيست. اوكي بيشيل النظم بمشي بيقول انه نظام بتاع تفرق العنصريه في جنوب افريقيا كان شغاله كيف ولا كان عملوا هيك كوبي بيست. شمالين كان عملوا كيف ولا عملوا كده كوبي بيست. ده النظام اللي هو فيه جنون. بدأ يختلف إنسان أنت لما تغلط إنسان أنت ما تكون بنفس الطريقة بتاع الإنسان ده. ده المشكلة هون. إذا كان أخوانا الجين كانسل إذا هم من طبيعة إن مثلا عندهم فكرة جاي من عندهم كان بيستفيد الجنوبين كلهم. لكن بالعكس شو عم بقولوا ترابي كوبي بيست شو عملوا النميريك كوبي بيست. This is how the ruling has. Okay, John Luke هو نوراوي وخلاص جيبوه إنسان مسكين جيبوه خطوه في السلطة وفي الليل زي ده تلفون له تلفون وقولوا خد الكلام ده بالدستور drafted خد الكلام ده بالدستور. اوكي يا سيدي انا رئيس هون انا مستخدم سلطة بتاعي انا وزير بتاع constitutional عندل عملوه في يده كله. but انا برأيي انه مثلا is innocent or is إنسان incapable of doing this huge thing. but الناس اللي في وراهم في الظلام هم يو المسؤولين للدستور ده and then they are the one enjoying now. yeah.
أنا بتفق معاك ويليام زي ما بيقولوا يعني جون لوك خلاص هو ما معانا حتى وزي ما بيقولوا إنه الضرب على الميت حرام يعني ده صح. ما هنقدر نقول أي حاجة كعب لكن صح ده اللي كان حصل في الوقت ده. I just want to say something. Some people, I don't know, maybe the person here make a comment that Nuer and Cholo media. I just want to tell you, my brother, if you are a tribalist, you just hang on there because yes, maybe Cholo and Maban and Equatorian and anyone that you think this is a media for them, right? And if you were been following us, we have a lot of people from different places, even people from Jiang community or Denko community. They come here and join us. And I don't want to mention their names. They know themselves. So if you think that this media is for Nuer and Cholo, you are wrong. But I can tell you are tribalist. or you are one of the Kir camps. And I just want to assure you, Salva Kiir is not doing anything good now to the country. Our aim is these unknown gunmen. They need to their gun need to be silenced. Anyone have to really live in South Sudan in peace and harmony. But unless if you are tribalist. But let me tell you, what do you say for the other medias that like which I really tip my hat for them, and they are very inspiring. Okay, the Lake State media, they started it long ago. They started as a pure Lake State. Lake State media is Dinka people. And actually, so you know, for your you, my tribalist brother here, the people of Lake State, they are my in-laws. So you know, you don't know me and I don't know you, but if you are tribalist, just sleep on that pillow, and till the world will isolate you, and you're going to be isolated, and you're going to be by yourself. But you know what? If you want to bring your argue, if you think that you have something really in mind, come, air your views. This is for you. For anybody else, this is not. I don't know the title. It didn't say Upper Nile. It didn't say Leg State Media. It didn't say Equatorian Media. It say Nile Nation Network. And if you are one of the Nile Nation Network, if you live along the Nile, this is your media, brother. So get out of the tribalism. The tribalism, it's torn down our country, and we are going wrong way, right? We can't change it for you. Change your mind before the train before you miss the train, brother. People are talking here that we want to unite. No tribalism, and the country is for all of us. Okay. So anyway, if you can put that down, controller, that will be good. I think I just tell him that, so at least he know this is not for Cholo Media or whatever media. No, this is for Nile Nation. Everyone is a South Sudanese. You are welcome. You don't know me, I don't know you, but we are not tribalist. So you know that. And
If I can add something, pal.
yeah, go
If
ahead.
I can add something on this,
Yeah.
I listened. I think last week, somebody shared the video with me in Messenger, and it was Dr. Luke. He's a Danka, right? It's Luke
Look at
Biur.
look at Byung.
Look up, yeah, كان محاضر في
Look at
جامعة.
you.
Yeah,
Look at you. Yeah.
من أبيه مشيرة.
Yes.
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 So I think this man, you already, you come to the sense and or connecting with the spirit, the real spirit. And he was saying good thing. He was saying that أول أكتر قبيلة مقروءة في جنوب السودان هو قبيلة بتاع دانكا. ده كلام بتاع كشم. You can, many people listen to that. But he said again, which I agree with him too, that السبب ده من الناس القليلين، ناس دانكا، هم يخلى الشعب جنوب السودان يقرأ دانكا، لأنه أيمنة هم بيتكلموا فوقه. دانكا ما كان فاضي بالكلام ده. دانكا كان مثلا في قرية بتاعهم، ورا أفكارهم، ورا شغل بتاعهم، وعندهم لونجارة زي ما نوير عندهم. شفت حياة كان طبيعي. وأنا نشهد على الكلام ده لأن أنا جيران لدانكا. أوكي، ما كان في أي دانكا عنده طم أي مثلا يجي يشيل الأرض بتاع الجيران بتاعه، ما كان موجود. هم هناك they were happy in their life and they are respecting their neighbor and neighbor are respecting them وهكذا. but بالفعل الكلام بتاع الدكتور لوك إني القليلين اللي بيقولوا دانكا elders of council هم يحملوا شنو؟ حمل النصوص، واللي بيقولوا شنو؟ نصوص. هم ياو polluted العقلية بتاع دانكا، وخد الكلام ده في العقل بتاع دانكا إن مثلا نحن بما إن دانكا ما كان عندهم كلام زي ده، وأنا متفق معه بالكلام ده. سو كلام بقول الكير الغير ده يقول له هو إنسان مسكين كمان، بتدخلوا الكلام ده في راسه حتى الرد بتاعهم بدون أي مشكلة، ودير يعمل مشكلة. شفت كيف؟ لأنه عملوا polluted is corrupted minded, you know. The mind has been corrupted, and who is doing that corrupting the mind of the young people of Brother Danka is the elders. But they are good people like Nuer, like Shuluk, like everybody. But the elders, their elders, the council of elders, they corrupted the mind of these people, and then you can see them in their reaction, and not all of them. Yeah, thank you. This is what I want to add here.
Yeah, so I don't want this guy to divert our topic, but as you say there, it's very clear. صح؟ ويعني أنا my in-laws, right? I like in Lagos State. That's why I was feeling really bad of the governor being taken out after I see him doing a good job there at the land of my in-laws, and that now you take him out, right? And he was taking the guns that killing my people there, right? Because of the cattle raiding and all these kind of things. But as you say, it's only these few individuals that they never learn from what we have was Arabs. Why we were fighting Arabs? Because Arabs, they want to oppress us as a Southerners. So all the South Sudanese gang on them because you cannot oppress us. But now, because of this person like this, who is a tribalist, right? And because of him, he didn't learn from what happened to Jalaba. So now he will be caught by surprise. I don't want anything bad to happen to Jiang at all. These are my in-laws. My sons and my daughters, it's half blood, is them, right? So I don't want anything bad to happen to them. But you know, somebody like this will let all South Sudanese gang on Jing, as Dr. Luka Byung استاذ رائع جدا, and because of his good ideas, now you see what he's just out of South Sudan. I don't know if he's there. He's just silent. He can't do anything. You see his lectures when he was teaching, I think, political science in University Juba, Juba University. So he's a brain, right? But those people, those Luka, they are supposed to people that can supposed to lead the country, right? Because they have good idea, not because they have PhD, but because when you have good ideas, it doesn't matter what credentials you have, as long your nature you have good idea. But somebody like this guy, he don't have a good idea even if he had a million PhDs, right? He is still ignorant. He doesn't know anything, right? The tribalism is not going to take South Sudan nowhere. Otherwise, we're going to split South Sudan in million pieces, right? And if that is what people want. But we will not accept, after we fought Jalaba, one tribe can come and oppress us. Is not going to happen. Okay? So he need to know that. He need to know that. So I don't want to say anything bad to him, but he need to open his mind and think right. So
Okay.
Mabur, to say something.
Excuse me a little bit. I tried. Yes, let me. You guys have to excuse me a little bit. I know this and a different dialogue.
You're breaking again.
Let me try to surprise the guy. Okay, I say excuse me a little bit. I know this media, it was not meant for different dialogue. We put it for English and Arabic. But let me surprise the guy. Mr. Ranchol Kir Agur, nên các bạn legin thin tiếng Anh là pot media cái này yi sa Africa bên ấy cái này Junub cái yi sa Africa bên Somalian Ugandan Kenyan Ethiopian Tanzanians Burundians go to the Djibouti Eritrean Northern Sudan Lord ata Egypt media de naban so yin na charat yoke Iran chi nyang bar my road walk in wiku a chi kan random so ka ba legin kin ko toten ko jam ka yin ten ko ye ka ting ten no rato kai yang to kai kiluga to kai Equatorial to kai Junubin koi wan ne ke Junubin fi media kan chol nan nation network kan e klo Junubin ba ne ke no ren jogen wala monjang wala rani Equatorial wala kilu so etung ba ping cholo yi tamam wona ma bek and because it so Wilson, here we are not here about Denka. I know you know Nal Nation Network. We are not here about Denka. We are not talking about Denka name. If you see another word coming out about Denka, then excuse us. Sorry about that. Let me apologize for that. If you see another name that nail into Denka. But there are the people, individual group, that even myself, that have bled with the Dinka, I always have a problem with them. And you know them very well. Young Council of Elders. It's not me who creating the name. I'm not the one who created the name. They are the people who create the name. You don't want that name to be mentioned? Talk to them. Tell them, abolish that name. And then let them denounce that name. You will not see my mouth again. If they denounce that name, you will not see my mouth again. Brother Wilson. In-laws. Please, in-laws, listen to me very well. My mouth, you will not hear it again about that. Let them denounce that name. And you will never hear again about Young Council of Elders. When
It's supposed to be South Sudanese Council of Elders. but because they have an agenda.
Ben, always, when I'm talking about president, I always say President Kiir. Although Young Council of Elders is behind him, I don't say Salva Kiir is a Denka. I never mentioned that. Quote me where you see me. And you know me very much, only Kiir Kur, and it happened to be Kiir Agur. I believe you are from Apadang. Very well. I believe for that. You are from Apadang. And also too, not only just Apadang, you are from Ruin. And you have to know very well how we, the South Sudanese, live. And let me stop there. Thank you. Back to you, Pat.
Yeah, thank you so much, Mabor. Of course, our topic is not about Dinka at all. And I hope we will never have a topic about Dinka. I don't see a reason there, right? But when somebody showing their color to be tribalist, we try to educate him. It's not going to take us nowhere being a tribalist, right? If you can look, Wilson, if you can look up on the in the comments there, somebody was saying that this is a Nuer and Cholo media. So that's why we were responding to him. Anyway, so let's go to our topic again. Because I was asking, is it changing the governors and the administrative area before they do their job? Is that going to bring stability and peace in those areas? Because that is what we are aiming for. We need peace in Warab, we need peace in Lagos State, we need peace in Jonglei, we need peace in Bebor, We need peace in Upper Nile. We need peace in Equatoria. We need peace in all these things. But if we don't allow governors really to do their job, an administrative area to do their job, and get taken out with anything that they do, and it's become like, you know, the seat is for everybody. I know it's for everybody, but come and take and go, come and take and go, without the person finish really their job and their duty. Is that a good thing? I think it's not a good thing. So two of you, because we agree that today we're going to finish early, and this will be my last question to you. Two of you, from here, even though Salva Kiir is going to hear it or he's not going to hear it, is not our problem. But what will be your message from here, two of you, to Salva Kiir, at least to give chances to those who he appointed to be administrative area, chief administrative areas, and the governors under his party? Can he give them a chance to deliver? What will be your word here to Salva Kiir? I don't care if he's going to get it or he's not going to get it, but what will be the future will say at least two of you give a decent advice so such a thing cannot happen. Can Mabor, can you go ahead and then conclude it by William? What do you guys want to tell Salva Kiir? Oh, Mabor is out. Okay, Mabor is out. Maybe he's gonna come back. Let me see what is going on here. But William, you can go ahead. I'm just trying to. Okay, yeah. Let me project. Somebody projected about something about Balcon. Okay, so William, what? I never think of asking you guys, what are you guys going to tell Salva Kiir from here to stop that behavior if there is no any really a tangible mistake that was done by those chief administrative areas and the governor?
Yeah, I think is a leader of people, and that is where the leader change, right? If they listen, you know, even in the Western world or in Southern Sudan, I'm from Shilluk. You know, we don't have a leader who talk before people talk. Comparing the Western democracy with our democracy is the best. I think they took it from us, you know. And even if you go to Danka also, you can see people sitting under a tree, and then they exhaust their talk, and then the leader conclude, drawing their decision from what people were talking about. So I never see a leader or in the village talking or holding microphone from the beginning to finish. No, the people talk first, and then he will be the last person to conclude. That is how the leader is about. So Salva Kiir, if he can listen to the voices of the people of Southern Sudan, he could be the good leader. So firing, as I said in the beginning, he is using patronage appointment, which is right to do it, because this is his culture, this is his nature. So those people he appoint, they are not immune constitutionally, they are not. But for him as a leader, I think what is important here is to have a moral reason or a convincing reason why he think that person should be fired. And the public that person is serving also need to be involved to know, because this is a way to educate each others. The person being fired because he was incompetent, or he embezzled the money, or whatever he did wrong, people need to learn from that so that they can avoid not to do the same thing, right? Yeah, so this is very important. You have a right to fire them, but people need to know. And other things also is a leader. You know, when you bring people from, or you give them a job, or they have been elected, is a leader, the first person in a country, you have a job to discipline them. You know, if we talk about disciplinary measures, the word discipline is taken from the church. Disciple, you know, that is disciple of Jesus Christ. So Jesus Christ, when he started teaching to have a disciple, 12 of them, you have to train them to do what he do, what he does. So they will be his disciple. So he have to be the role model. He want them to go and humbling themselves. He did it to himself before them by washing their feet. And this is what Pope did last time. Go back home to Southern Sudan, lower yourself down. You are a servant. Lower yourself. So Jesus was giving them the message, because you are going to be a great among them, but you are the servant. I'm doing this to you now, and you call me master. So I have bowed down, wash your feet, dry them, and kiss them. So go and do the same thing. So Salva Kiir has a duty as a leader, as a president. When people come to work with him, you have to train them. You have to discipline them. You know, you have to make them good people. You have to empower them, because they will not be strong without empowerment. You need to empower them, you know. But now, if I am weak, and then no, William is weak, fire him. So what is your role as a boss? Teach me. Make me strong. Teach me. Make me improve. Let me improve. Because you are responsible. You have a power to empower everybody. Why people send people for training overseas? Why? Because you want to empower them. Something, you know, they are weak, because human is not perfect. Even Salva Kiir himself. So the area of weakness, that is where you will help them as a leader. You will say, this is what I'm seeing, William O'Pell or whoever is weak here, but I will help him to stand up. أنا بقويه. But if you said, oh, Pell is not doing what what he's supposed to do, fire him. And then you are a role model. You're firing. Then something is wrong with you. So my advice to the president is that you have to train them, make them strong, empower them, you know, or if they are not willing, you know, fire them, but let people know, the people they are serving, let them know, I did this one because this man is incapable. So everybody who will come will do different. That is a message, because whatever you undertake is a message. There is a message behind it. You know, it's not just fire and go. There is a message, because you're building a nation. This is what I can say. Thank you.
Thank you so much, William, because people, I don't want people to misunderstood us. As we are talking here, uh, uh, we want to, like, the states that really their governors was relieve and reappoint. Um, if I have to do anything with those estates, unless maybe because I'm one of I'm their in-laws in both states, Warab and Lake State, and those who know my family very well, they know what am I talking about, right? But I don't want to say it here. I don't want to expose my family members, those who are Dinkas. But we are not talking about Dinka. We never talk about Dinka. It's only when we talk about topic and we talk about the system of the governance, right? So some people, when we attack the president, he will be attacked regardless he is from what tribe. And if the tribe of that president will take it onto themselves, it seems like you are talking to them as a tribe, then that is where they are wrong. If you don't want no one to talk about you, don't take any government position, because government position is for people, and people have to criticize, talk about it, and talk a lot of nonsense. If every time we talk about the system of the government and you jump from there, oh, what is going on? You guys are tribalists. Oh, you guys are attacking Dinkas. This is wrong. This is wrong. We don't want anyone to sit on our neck like what Jalaba did. Abelkon, you came here several times and you were part of us. And you were, now you're saying that, oh, because some of you use the platform. Okay, do they have a platform? Do they have a parliament that they can go and air their view and fix the country? That is where we are. If you want to fix the country, come here, okay? And be sincere. When the government doing something wrong, you call it wrong, okay? When Nuer was killed in 2013 in Juba, that was wrong. Even Jalaba never did that. And who did it? It's our brothers that we know. We have blood with them. And they're the one who did that, killing members of my family. When we talk about wrong system, we are not talking about Dinka. This is what you guys need to hear. The train, you will miss the train. This platform, everyone can come. You, Abelkon, you used to come here. You come air your view. We negotiate with you. But if you're going to protect the interests of only your tribe and to hell with the interests of the other tribe, that is where you go wrong. And that's why we will come after you, because you are wrong. South Sudan is for all of us. It's not for certain tribes. It's for all of us. And all of us have to thrive, and all of us have to live. Otherwise, no peace in South Sudan. It will be rebellion again is rebellion, again is rebellion. And somebody was asking here about Garwidul. We don't care. If I fire Garwidul, we don't care. Like how many chief of staff that Salva Kiir changed? Okay? Gargud Mai, this guy. And when he got sacked, he become a rebel. What is his name? The governor of he used to be the governor. What is his name, guys? Sorry, these people getting me. Malonga one. When he was sacked, who talk about it? We are not talking about the army, the police, or whatever. We are not talking about them. We are talking about the governors, okay, and those who work with people directly. But the army, they are killing South Sudanese. SPLA, they are killing South Sudanese. Thank you for coming, Abel Kun, because you kind of getting me here. Okay? So, Marhabeg Abel Kun, what is wrong with you, man? What platform we use? Good, I'm good. This platform used to be yours. Why you say that? And we are talking. Okay, let me tell you what we are talking about. We were about to close, right?
No, I do understand. I understand the topic. Yes,
you understand. Then why you make that comment?
I'm making that comment because
brother-in-law,
and because you're attacking me too. That's the reason why I came into.
Yes, I'm attacking you because you say this platform people use it to attack something. We are attacking system. You don't like that?
Of course, no, pal. No, yeah, of course. When there's something wrong in the system, the government, you have the right to to say your view. I don't disagree with that. But when you allow this platform to be used, particularly to target certain ethnic group, there was a show that was done here. Even I personally, I was attacked. The reason why I withdraw from this platform is because I was attacked, and I was even insulted live in this live show.
Oh,
Which
sorry
is
about that.
something that I disagree with it, and there's the reason why. And I was warned that if you continue to come, I will be blocked. It's the members of your show that was doing this thing to me.
My apologies. My apologies. Maybe I was not there. My apologies.
The topic is very interesting. Not because it's something that we all witnessed. The change of the leadership, especially the firing of the governors. I think it started in 2017 when the two governors was fired, and the election was not held in 60 days based on the constitution. That was something allowed to give the president the power to relieve any political post holder that was elected by the people when there was an issue. That was a right based on the constitution. But the constitution was not followed. And then we have seen, numerous relief appointment from the president of the republic based on what do you want, based on the lobby of the people too. But I do agree that people need to be given a time so that they can actually fulfill or work on their agendas. I agree with that. You cannot only be appointed and stay for 6 months or 1 year and be in relief. That means whatever the plan that you had cannot be fulfilled within that short period of time. So it's something that I agree with it. But what let other people here comment about this branding this topic, show as the tribal show, it is something that was seen from the members, some of members of your show. For example, William Goldit hosted a show here, actually attacking a certain, ethnic group, Padang, particularly for Padang show. That was not the man. If you want to talk about the Padang, why don't he make it in his own platform, in his own Facebook Live, so that people cannot do that? But when you use this platform, that's why I branded it. That's why I say that when you allow some people to use it to host a topic, particularly for ethnic group, that means that platform can be branded in that way. And that what I think let Mr. Guer make that comment. Other thing, when you don't see other wrong in other opposition parties, like for example, if the Asylum IO is doing something wrong and you don't talk about it, and you're only focusing on the government, that also can be branded as a political platform that only vies against the government, but actually lean toward other position. Because that is wrong that we can see anywhere, whether you are with the government or whether we are opposition, that's wrong. And if you need this platform to be neutral, you need to confront those head on, so that you can actually attract viewers to come and listen to you guys. And also, when this, let me tell you this, when this, the first time I joined this platform, I was interested to be a regular contributor because I have something to contribute to my people. But when things turn on to the way that I was not expecting it, then I withdraw, and then I just decided to lay back and make it through comments. Sometime I can just listen and don't do so much. But you usually come up with some reasonable topic that can be discussed by the people of South Sudan, because the topic of this today, the relief of the governor on the chief demonstrators, I agree with it. That if the president actually appointed someone, he need to give that person enough time to fulfill his agenda or to fulfill his duties, because he cannot implement anything or he cannot make changes within a short period of time. But now we are in a period in South Sudan where only the people in Juba, the lobbyists, those who are lobbying the government, including the president or other opposition parties like IO, and now that we have a government of national unity, people lobby based on the interest. The people lobby in Juba based on what the connection they have. You are not being asked that whom should be appointed. The people of the state cannot be asked, but it depends on your political lobbying in Juba, and that's what gives president actually not to focus on why it's not bringing good people that can give him enough time, so that even the agenda of the president himself needed enough time for the person he appointed to implement it. You see, so this is what I just want to say, but I agree with it that sacking is not good. Sacking the governor, you cannot appoint someone. For example, now we have seen the governor of Lagos State and there's some relative area from Ruing, and also from Bijbor. But some of people actually make a concern. They were campaigning. They were having concern. They need, for example, the people of Ruing. Some of them were not happy with the way the chief administrator was handling issues, and they were campaigning on social media that they need to be relieved. Maybe the president have listened to them and they brought someone else. People of Lake State was doing something good, but I don't know what went wrong. Maybe because of the killing that recently happened. Because when he was appointed, there was a disarmament. People actually willing to give up their guns willingly in Lake State, and that was a good initiative. He talked to the people, local people. He talked to the chief, and he told them that there's no need for us to continue to have the gun, and they voluntarily actually given them the guns. And we had a period where there was no killing in Lake State, but recently we have seen another surface of the inter clashes where hundreds of people have actually lost their life. I think that what prompted President to relieve him and bring someone that is much tougher, maybe militarily, so that they can listen to them. I don't know, but this is what I can say.
That is true, and that is true. That is why, because we don't know, that's why we come here, right? And if you looked at it, this is what we were trying to say. When you appointed somebody, it doesn't mean that there is no killing that will not happen. Even Salva Kiir himself, under his leadership, all these people, either they die in Upper Nile, they die in Lagos State, they die in Warab, they die in Jonglei, but it still is under his leadership, okay? But if you don't give chance, because what is missing here, if I give Abel Kohn to be the governor, okay, of certain state, but I didn't give you the full logistic, because what do you need to keep people in Upper Nile safe? You need a very good, well-trained police, okay? If I don't give you this police that you can tell them, I don't want anybody to die in Malakal, okay? How are you going to do that? Your police every time are threatened, are outnumbered by the army, okay? So you need to empower those who can really keep the peace, instead of empowering those who just know how to fight, okay? Like the army, they know how to fight, okay? But keeping peace, no, they should keep the peace at the border. But inside is supposed to be police. Here in Canada, how powerful is the police? Okay, even you, Abel Kohn, you cannot do any mistake because police will come. Why don't we empower the police? So this governor, if they don't have enough police power, okay, people will kill themselves, right? But when they kill themselves, it's not like, okay, that they're going to kill themselves, you're fired, right? It's supposed to be a due fursa. Okay, what happened? Fish hassle. Okay, fi mantiqa kida ya akhi nas shakalu qatalu nufusum bimiyat. Okay, supposed to be the government, the president should help this person how to bring peace instead of firing. And now the new person will come and start from the beginning. Matur, whatever. Chut makanu matura chut makanu liwa fi jesh. Did he bring peace? Walaks nas biga shakalu hatta some of his family members get involved into the fight, right? So I don't think that's why. Let us watch, all of us, if really these ring will bring peace that Salva Kiir want, right? Even in Warab, Allah is there, and still people killing themselves in Warab. Warab is not stable yet, right? And Allah is there. Okay.
The issue that we have in South Sudan, I will give, maybe Peter will, maybe William will say something about it anyway. I will not keep you here for long because I think you were almost about to close.
But, okay, before you go, Abel Kohn, I need to say this to you personally. I will say I'm really, really sorry for what happened. I was not there, and I didn't see what happened. That's why I was kind of wondering what happened to Abel Kon. Maybe Abel Kon is working out his tribalist idea now, so he become strong, right? And instead of we're supposed to work together to fix South Sudan, man. So I was not aware, and please, as you mentioned the name of William earlier, I will urge William also not to say anything about that. Can we forget that day, please? What happened? It's happened that day, and take it upon me, guys. I'm so sorry of what happened, because word apology doesn't mean sorry. I'm really saying sorry. What happened? Please forget it. Throw it behind you. Okay. Let us work together to be our problem in Upper Nile. It will come. It will come when we have to talk about the issues of Upper Nile. We will talk about it. But really, when we come in this platform, we shouldn't attack ourselves. Okay. Either we have a solution or we don't have a solution. That's it. Okay. And let us leave it to the people that are down there to fix their own problem. Because we will fight here in North America, but people back home there, the chiefs and all this, they will sharing their thing. They will create their own peace, and they left us here fighting. You see? So again, I'm so sorry for what happened, and please let us forget that day. And now you can go to your comment before even William say his last word or something like that.
No, what I was going to say is about the issue that's happening in South Sudan is actually the killing of innocent civilian killing themselves. I believe that we all can come into agreement that even before the clashes of 2013, even before the start of 1983, the movement, South Sudanese used to fight themselves. There was inter-clan fighting among the Dinkas themselves, but people were not using the modern guns. People were using a spear, people were using a stick, and maybe 3 people can die in a fight that can take 2 hours, and then 3, maybe 1, or even just maybe a stick on the head, and you can be speared and you cannot die. It is something that was there. But what make it worse is that there's a gun in everybody's hand in South Sudan. And our people actually, it is something that even during the movement, the SPLA, that's why I think there's a time that I say that we need to bring, the fighting squad that SPLA used to do when we were in the bush. When we were in the bush, even if you took somebody, even if the eggs or chicken from civilians, the SPLA soldiers, and he took it from there without, asking from them, and they went actually identified you that Mr. So-and-so went and actually, took a goat from me by force, that person will be fired squad, because that was a discipline that was needed by them. Because those who went to the SPLA were people that actually they nothing about the law. They say that if you have a gun, you are strong enough to do that. But that keep them into a check, that keep them to obey and to respect the civilian, because they were the breadwinner of our forces by that time. And there should be no need for you to go naturally to loot the property or forcefully take them by force, eat them by force. This is what we need to do. Now that the civilian, they have this modern weapon in their hands, and they are using it handheld, like the way when you were in your work and you become mad with somebody, you grab your stick and hit it. The same thing that they used to do, now they grab the guns and they kill themselves. We have seen there was a killing, even in Ulang, our neighbors, they just kill themselves.
Yeah.
In other area like Barkazal, they were in numbers. This killing needs to be avoided by actually disarming everybody. But how can we disarm someone? Is by making sure that South Sudan has unified forces in place that are trained. We have a police, we have a wildlife, and only those who will have a guns are those who are actually licensed. If South Sudan need to have a gun, you have to be licensed. And if you found actually misusing that gun, then there has to be a consequence of it. You have to pay a consequence of going either to prison for a long time and be forced to actually perform a duty for the state. This is something that actually can stop the issue. But we have to give the sheep power, not the politician. The sheep in the village actually knows who have the gun and who actually killing themselves. If they were given the power by the state government or by the national government, if your person went and killed someone and you are the one to be in charge, if you fail to bring it, then the sheep will take the responsibility. I think that alone can make a changes in South Sudan. The last thing I want to say, until we have a government that is elected by the people, for the people, where you cannot be actually fired unless the people decided to fire you when you go back to them. That's when the issue of relieving and sacking will actually come to an end. But how can it come to an end? It's by making sure that this peace agreement is being implemented in letter of spirit, that President Kiir and the two principals and Dr. Machar work, because we had enough of death in South Sudan. We have enough of death in Upper Nile State and other states everywhere. There should be no need for us to continue killing ourselves. But this peace, even though it's not a good peace, but I disagree with those who are saying there's no peace. There's a peace, but it's not a good peace. But what we have is better than nothing, you see? So let us work and make sure that this peace will be implemented. The leader will come and go, and South Sudan will be there forever. President Kiir, we're not going to live for 200 years, 500 years. The same thing that Machar and the other politician, Ibn Hassi, will not live for 200 years. So we need to leave a footprint that people of South Sudan will look into this, like the show you guys are conducting here, that Paul and Peter and Mabor, they talk about these issues. People come, our kids can come back and look at it. What were they discussing? So here, our job here, people in diaspora, we need to accept that, let us have a peace here. And that peace can be translated to what we have in South Sudan. Even if we disagree here in social media or in Canada or in America, the most affected people are people in the ground. The most affected people are people in the ground. People that have left there for centuries, peaceful without any issues. And that's why we are saying that if there's an issue we have even in Upper Nile State, we need to sit down as the people of that state and accept the fact that there's something wrong need to be done. The issue of the land need to be addressed. The issue of security need to address. The issue of food shortage, anything that's lacking in Upper Nile State, we need to be addressed, or Greater Upper Nile in that case. But we have to play our role. We have to play our role as the leaders, as the people that actually have something in mind. Not only, we cannot just support people based on the tribal line. And you did mention that when people were killing Juba, yes, people were killing Juba as well as people are killing Malakal in other areas. That should be condemned by anybody. Any single death that happened in South Sudan need to be condemned, and the leader will be held accountable. Let me mark this one. Even if they don't accept it now, the next generation will be held accountable of what they have done to the people of South Sudan. The example, Goldie, I think, live in Canada here, Mabor. Now, people are talking about not celebrating this July 1st, the Canada Day, because of the 415 that were found.
The 751 that were found in
Saskatchewan, yes.
Yeah.
And imagine in Alberta here, there must be more than that, because Alberta was the highest problem that have actually so many, what they call, what is the school, Aboriginal school that were actually put there. So this is something, no matter how long it takes for the government not to accept that they've done something wrong, and a leader that will come later on will take this in the head and apologize to the people of South Sudan. Paul Martin have done it. Our current Prime Minister have done it to the Aboriginal people, apologize to them. And this is something that before he was not born. And because he's the leader of the party and the leader of the Canada, and they're acknowledging what the government have done. So let us not just look at President Kiir and Dr. Machar did not acknowledge what they have done to the people of South Sudan. The next generation will take this into their head and apologize to the people that have been wrong from both sides of political spectrum in South Sudan. This is what I just want to say. I love to come here and share what I have in my mind. But if there's something need to be discussed, I just want to make it an advice. You need to discuss something based on the tribe. We have what you call Fadang media. We talk about issue we have other tribes. Sometimes we talk about issue we have the issue of the land, the issue of Malakal. We talk on that. But this is specifically made for that tribe. Cholo has their own network. But if you want to discuss it, attacking Padang community or other ethnic community, I advise that you don't bring it to United Nations Network, but bring it to your own tribal network that we should be looking into that. Yes, that is the appropriate place for it to be discussed there. But if you bring it here, of course, you will, let people like Abiel question the integrity of this United Nations Network, even though I want to be a member and a legal contributor when it comes to the issue that we're discussing in South Sudan. Thank you for taking the time, but let us advise the President Kiir that, yes, appoint people, but give them enough time to fulfill what they want, unless the people of that state come up and say, we don't want this, and so and so. Let me take you back in Upper Nile. The same thing that Simon Kun was using when he was firing these commissioners, appointing them and firing them. This is the same token that our opposition continue to use, So we better give people a chance to at least work on the agenda so that the change can be seen. Thank you very much.
And Abel Kun and all of you guys, William and Mabor, I think this is the culture that we want our government to get out of it. Okay, so when I remember when my dad was appointed as a governor at that time, it was the whole Upper Nile. It was only 3 states in South Sudan at that time. At the day that he was appointed as governor, we start hearing rumors that people want him. The same day, people want him to be sacked. Like they find something for him to be sacked. I think this culture, we need to get out of it. Okay, as a South Sudanese, and this is what we will tell our people here. As the person is appointed, make sure that you don't have any problem with that person. There could be maybe personal. But when is the personal, and this is what I say in any communities that I was South Sudanese community, I would say if we have a personal issue, please don't bring it to the community, because that is our personal. The same thing, that's what we want to tell South Sudanese. If you have a personal problem with me and I got appointed as a governor, try to work with me, right? So at least to fix the state, not fixing me. Our problem is there. It is a different problem. But to fix the country, we need to work together. You could be my opposition, okay? Criticize whatever thing I do so I can do it better. Like, it's not really, we look into when somebody is becoming your opposition, you think like, oh, that person should die. No, that person actually is helping you to think. When you are just in a position and no one criticizes you, you just sleep, right? And I see some governors now in some states, they sleep. And we see now some other governors now, people want to assassinate them, right? Because they just sleep. No one can tell them, oh, you did wrong. They will find a way to kill you. And instead of they work with you, oh, you think that I did this one wrong? Oh, I did this road wrong? Okay, tell me how can I do it right? Okay, and then they will tell you, if it is me, I will do it this way because your way. And then work with him. Be a opposition. Let us work together to build the country. And instead of somebody get appointed and then we start right away, somebody get appointed in Ruang. Oh, we start talking, that person should be taken out. This culture, we should take it out. Somebody got appointed in Warap, talking, oh, this person should be taken out. So even the same thing, when you come also as a governor or a chief administrator, people will start talking about you, and then you will get sacked before you do any good to your people. That is why we can advise the President Salva Kiir, please, that culture, we need to take it out. Make sure these people are accountable to you, okay? And instead of firing them, call them. Is this right? What is happening? Let them show you the real work that they are doing. In reports, you can go there and visit and see what they are doing. And instead of just taking people's words and then firing people, not giving enough time so we can see the fruit. Now changing this governor, I don't think that will bring peace in Lagos State or Warab or Ruang or what do you call it, Bebor. I don't think so, right? And that is what we are talking about. But it's when we talk and we attack the system, and you say earlier, right? The reason sometimes we don't mention other parties because we know they don't have a say. Trust me. That's why we don't talk about them, because they don't have a say. Like if you know now, bring Riek Machar, for example. Who can be a vice president and he's under arrest, right? So is that really logic, right? So the other parties, like I see, like those of Bakasaro and things like that, they just smother into that system. They cannot say no. They just see what do they want to do in their ministries and things like that, because they are not the ultimate power. That's why we targeted the person who is the ultimate power, who have the power to sack and appoint, right? We don't mean anything at all. But when all of them will have real power, right, then you will see Riek Machar will do wrong, and I give you the right. Anything, anytime Riek Machar do something wrong, come here. Hey, say Riek Machar did something wrong, and we will talk about it, right? So why not? He's not, as long he's in a position that is for people. People will talk about you. People will say another. And I don't think that Riek Machar or Bakasaro or whoever has a position there, Nyoto Odigo and things like that, they will say, hey, people, don't talk about me, right? But you are holding people position, right? They will talk about you. If you don't want them to talk about you, get out of there. Leave their position, because it's for the people, right? But because now the ultimate power that really hire and fire is President Salva Kiir. That's why we talk about his way of governance. He's the way he do things, right? So we don't mean really because he's from this tribe or he is not from this tribe. And you guys don't know this. He's my father-in-law. I don't want to say it. I will never say it, but we will leave it for other day, right? Okay. Even the governor of Warab, we are related somehow, but I'm not going to say anything. I'm not going to talk about it before my people get in trouble. So anyway, like really, tribalism to me, it's nothing. It's like, I don't know. It's not in my blood, but I can point out if somebody did something wrong. That is the goal. Even if I come to that position, people will say a lot of wrong for me. I remember my dad in the past, if somebody went and fight with somebody, and then my dad will come, why you went and fight that person? Oh, he was insulting you. And my dad will say, I don't want to see you fighting anybody because they went and insulted me. All of us, we get mad. Why that? But he was right. He was in a position of people, so anyone can say anything wrong about him. Anyway, so please, as you all mention anything about Mabur get kicked out by Abel Cohn, I don't know if he's going to come back. No, I'm just joking, right? But any last thing that you guys want to say? William, please. Anything last you want to say before we close?
Yeah, welcome, Abel Cohn. What I want to say to Abel Cohn particularly, is and spell is good that you say sorry, but that does not cancel what happened during that time, because the people who were present, I think they are capable of expressing themselves that time, and there was a reason why what was said, right? But it's good. Usually we have to move forward and be softened toward ourselves, so it's a good thing. So what I want to say it is, we need to separate people from issues, and what Abel Cohn is saying now, when I go live last time, it was for a certain reason, and the video speaks to itself. And The reason I'm saying we have to separate issues from people, that the issue I talk about have to be separated from people of Padang, you know. So twisting things or generalization, it will not help us. The video speaks to itself. It was not pointed to the innocent people in Padang. It was very clear that they are individuals who are litigating, and through those litigation, مشاكل بتاع الأرض وهيك بتاع is taking up for Nile or أثر سلام الأب الكون بكلام فوقه هلا. هنا مثلا إذا تم التعيين للمحافظ، فينا طلع هنا ما تعاينوا المحافظ، وفي ناس بيموتوا في ملكال السبب بتاع نزول بتاع حكم في ملكال يوم داك. اوكي، ده تعيين بناء على الاتفاقيه بتاع السلام، بناء على الموافقه بتاع رياض مشير ولا سلبا كير انت حتربت به قبل شويه. سو اذا نينا لما نجي هنا مثلا حكم راح ينزل في ملكان عشان يخدم ناس بتاعهم، وتصير في اغتيال في وقت بالرسول بتاعهم، وهلا ينظم بيت بتاعهم عشان حكومه يوفر خدمات للمواطن بتاع على النيل، ويكون في مجموعه يرفض يقول لنا ما دايرين الكلام ده، وفي نفس الوقت اننا نيجي هون نقول ان مثلا اننا موافقين. سوري بال سوري
Yeah,
بال
yeah. The reason I
no.
want to interject a little bit, I'm not trying to cut you, but I don't want us to go back to what happened, right? But I know it's good that to make it a little bit point clear, but we don't want to go back. It's going to be like another
I'm not
topic.
going back. No, I'm not
Okay,
going back.
so
Yeah.
we don't want to
So,
make it like
so
a
those
topic.
are the reason. Is a person responsible as Abel or Pel or me, because we are all vigilant to the peace. We need to protect the peace. So it is important. It is a responsibility of each one of us to respond to what is not okay. And this is what I did last time. But it was not attack on brother or sister of Padang. No, it wasn't. It was the historical fact about what is going on about the land. Those are what was explained last time. And for Abel Kon, if you have issues that you need to bring here to be shared here, those are things. Those things are welcome. You know, it's not that if I am waging the war or you are waging the war, we're going to have a Padang and Shuluk. That is different. But when we're talking about what is helping us to implement the peace, you got a responsibility, I got a responsibility, Pal got a responsibility. And these are the things when we come to respond to them, we have to analyze them and separate them from people and look at the issues that has been addressed. This is what I want to say. And thank you very much. But always we are here as a brother. Nobody will move somebody from Malakal. We are all the Upper Nile. And then our responsibility to fix what has been destroyed, it is on our shoulders, you know. So we have to have a gut to face them. They are not easy, but we have to face them. But we are mindful that people have to be separated. If William Goldie is a troublemaker in Shuluk, name it out, name me out, call me out, you know, not Shuluk all. Ipel is one. Even this is what the Bible teaches us. If one eyes is taking you, is making you a problem, cut it out. If William in Shuluk community is causing a problem, call me out. And Shuluk will not be mad about that because I'm the one causing problem. It's the same thing when we said Abel Kohn, not Padang. And this is what we have to to teach ourselves. Our people that are very peace lover. And you know that everybody know that. And I hear you before you saying that 2013 brought us the situation we are in. Then before 2013, look back, all of us, how the life was, you know. So we know what happened, and then we want to get there all together, all of us. Well, thank you very much. Yeah. Pella, I just hang up here. This is what I want to share.
Thank you so much, William and Abel. I will give you your minute too. Please go ahead, Abel. Unmute yourself. You're muted. Unmute yourself. Unmute yourself. Or you want me to do it? I can do it.
No, that's okay.
There you go.
I'll do
Okay,
it, yeah.
there you go. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm not going to respond to the discussion. Then when our interest here, especially the interest that we have, is to work for a collective better of South Sudan. This is the interest that we all have, and there are issues that we can discuss. There are issues that we'll discuss based on our label, and the issue that will leave it to other people to discuss it. I'm not saying that you cannot single out the individual within my community and say this is the person that's actually making things wrong, or whatever he does wrong is up to you, because you're entitled to your opinion, and let the people of South Sudan knows about it. But what I cannot agree with it is when you bring the whole situation of the ethnic communities and make it as a topic. This is what we cannot, I cannot accept that. But that's now behind us. What ahead of us is that what is the way forward? The way forward, of course, let us talk about the issues that are raised. I said earlier that the topic of today is very important, and not only the way we see the appointment is being done. It's not based on the qualification. It's based on your connection in Juba or within the party. In that case, we now have a government of national unity based on this agreement, based on the party that, and it's President Kiir, of course. Even though people are seeing it, other parties are not doing much, but they have to say because the members appointed. But what we can agree is the topic that of today. And I'm with the person that's saying that 6 months or 2 years, you cannot do much. You need at least 3 to 4 years time so that you can implement. But what is being implemented even in South Sudan, there's nothing. What needs to be implemented is a peace agreement that needs to be implemented. Because we have seen there's lack of services, there's lack of everything, there's no good road, there's no good hospital. An example was what happened in Malut recently when they went to the street asking for basic services that they lack in the area. And that is everywhere in South Sudan is the same thing. Unless if you have never visited South Sudan, you can just dream of. But if you went to South Sudan, you will, even though we are at war, of course, but the government of President Kiir cannot continue to say that because we are at war, I cannot be able to give steps to the people, because give what you have to do to the people of South Sudan. And Dr. Garang said earlier, before, when he was actually making sure that now that the peace is being signed, he was actually training his officers that now we are going to make it a change politically. Politically is mean that SPLM is a political party where the citizens will have a say, and if you cannot provide services to them, they can find a river even in the desert and throw you out to the river. It's exactly what we find ourselves in today in South Sudan. SPLM, contributing to the struggle of South Sudan, make sure that the freedom is held and on time, because SPLA was there. And after that, they could have looked into what is after the independence. Now there is a war, the war that is caused by the SPLM as a party. And that's what I said earlier. If SPLM continue to be the party for the next 20 or 50 years to come, any leader that will come to that party will take a responsibility and shoulder to apologize to the people of South Sudan. Not only the mistake they contributed in this war, but even during the struggle, there are atrocities that were committed during the struggle, and they will apologize to it. The history will compel them to apologize to it, because thing will come out that will let the leader of that party apologize to it, unless if that party is not there, unless if SPLM is not going to be a party. But any leader of South Sudan will come later on in the next 20, 50 years, apart from President Kiir. He will make sure that the South Sudan, what was done to them by their own people, it needs to be revisited, and people will actually apologize. Because when you admit that you have done something wrong, I think even in your, your conscious, you become free. That yes, I admitted that it was wrong, and now it's the time for us to move to open the new chapters. So what we want to do here is just let us make sure that we understand ourselves. I'm not expecting Paul to agree with me politically. I'm not expecting William to agree with me politically. Even in my own household, we don't have to share the same political view. We can have differ. But when it comes to the issue that the national issue that can bring us together, like the topic of today, of course, it can bring us together. The topic of corruption can bring us together because corruption is the world disease. The killing in South Sudan can bring us together. We all need peace so that your children, your cousin in South Sudan, your auntie, can go back and live peacefully, where peace of mind cultivate without thinking about the war. Enough of war. And I don't know what I'm saying. There'll be a time when South Sudan would actually say, let's sit down and actually vote for someone that we need, not the person that can be imposed on us. And William said earlier that yes, we have a system when we elect leaders, even in our Dinkas area. People sit down and talk. People line up and say, based on the ideas that what are you going to do? These are form of democratic system that was built in South Sudan before this modern democratic way of electing leaders. It's not something new. So thank you, gentlemen, for bringing me in again. I know I came late. I suppose I have done earlier, but forgive me for that time. I'll move on. Let's open the new chapter. I'll forget what happened in the past. If I see something interesting, I will always come contribute. Making sure that our interest is only to have a peaceful South Sudan, a better government for all of us, in the state level, in the county levels, and in the national level as well. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Abel Kohn. Thank you so much, William. I don't want to close the show, and if there is anything still at the tip of your tongue that you want to say, but as today's show, let us all agree, all of us together, to tell President Kiir, please, when you hire somebody, those who come back to you asking you to sack the person, please close the door in their face. The person that you hire, you trusted him, so follow what he's doing. And please, President Salva Kiir, give them a chance, give them a time so they can implement and bring to pass what you hire them for. That is what we all can agree. Please give them a time to let them do their work without interference. But you can supervise because you are their supervisor. By that note, me personally, I will arrest myself here, unless if William Abel Kohn, you can say something 1 minute, and then I will close the show. Popcorn style. Anyone?
Yeah.
Well, I will leave it to you guys. I just want to say, good to be back. For a short time. At least President Kiir give people enough chance so that they can actually implement the agenda, so that they can work on the agenda. Even there's a lobby in Juba. I know that people are being lobbied, and the way even people are appointed, I don't think President Kiir, he can just only degree them, but the way they are being brought, the way that the lobby being done, and as long as you degree their name, we need them to be given a chance so that at least they can, implement what actually you brought them for, whether it's your agenda. Now that people are working for peace, let them give them a chance so that they can implement this peace agreement in the state level, in the county levels, so that people of South Sudan can live a better life and forget about the war. This is what I can say. Thank you, gentlemen, and have a good night.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Abel Kohn. William Goldit?
Yeah, the same thing. The same thing I said in the beginning. Thank you, Pal and Abel Kohn. Thank you very much. Yeah. It's what I would say is the same thing I said, that the president have a responsibility, of course, for sure, when he brought people to his cabinet, and then you need to discipline them. Yeah, you need to train them, you need to give them, empower them. So empowerment, you have to give them tool they need to do their job, especially policies. Yeah, so giving them chance, as everybody said here, is very important. And also, if they are repeating, and then they are not willing to do what the government need to do, and then there has to be explanation to the public that this person has been fired because of this, so that other people who will come later on, they will be aware not to follow the bad apple or something like that. But thank you very
That's
much, Ben.
true.
Yeah.
That is true what you said there. If you have to fire somebody, please give us the reason so we know, and we don't complain that you fire this person without doing a job. I would like to say from here, dear viewers, thank you so much for being with us. I know sometimes things goes a different way, but at least thank you so much for staying with us. And I would like to thank my brother Abel Kon for coming back, and I like to thank also somebody that didn't show up, like Jeremiah and Doalarjin and others that keep coming. And of course, I will not forget to say also thank you so much to William, to Mabor Welkong, and to Simon, also behind the curtain, doing some work there.
Uh,
Thank you so much, and
Pell,
God bless you
Pell,
all. Okay, go ahead. Yeah.
yeah, without interruption, John Moody, I think he was asking question. We don't want him to feel that we ignore him. I think he was asking, what about the hot topic of the day, the relief of Simon as the chief of staff of IO? What is the take of NNNTB? So,
I answered him earlier,
oh,
but
you
if
did?
you have a quick, yeah, if you have a quick answer for him, with me, I answered it I was my blood was boiling at that time,
Oh,
so
okay.
my
Yeah,
answer was
okay.
like,
No, no, it's good
we
if you
no, no,
notice
no.
that. Yeah,
But
yeah.
if you want to tell him anything, go ahead, please tell him,
No,
because I was thinking he's the chief of the staff, and I didn't hear that if the IO, and that is something to do with the IO, if they fire him
exactly.
or yeah. So but we are not talking about him being fired, because he's a army personnel, and really, and I this is what I see. So for him not to be, when numbers of soldiers commit mistakes, I think their boss should be fired. When police make mistakes, their boss should be fired, right? Because that is he's supposed to take care of them, telling them what to do and what not to do. When they go make mistakes, you fire them. That is fine with me. That is a law enforcement position, but it's not a civil position. That was. But if you have anything to tell him, go ahead, William.
No, it's good that you answer him. But what I is asking our as a NNTV, what is our tech here? So yeah, I think that IO, if we want to talk about this, we just can raise question to the IO people, and then maybe they can brief the public, because there is a great concern, and I think people, we talk today about relieving people is the same. It will not be different from IO2. It's the same dilemma. But if, like Abel Kohn said, if we have to talk, we don't exclude other and talk about government. So it's the same thing, firing or relieving without public consultation. That and especially this is a people movement. So it's a people movement, it's not a party yet. So, and people are just there for under umbrella of
Voluntarily.
IO. Yeah,
Yeah, and
under
he was
umbrella of
volunteering
IO.
too.
Yeah. So to take if the chairman is following this one, I think there should be a official release, press release from his office to calm down the public, because it's look a tough situation and people listen to the chief of staff themselves, and there are more he talk about it. So but seeing it is a people movement from Wow to Juba to Malakal, and don't quote me mistake, even this man was saying that he did not forget 2013 and he did not forget 2016. So for that reason, calling people to go to Juba, he's aware of that. And this is the man also, we all know that even when Dr. Riek Machar was under house arrest in Juba, this is the man also who kept the IO intact, you know. So unless if there is a really really burning issues or reason, then public should at least should be made aware of that. This is the same thing we are talking now.
That
So
is true.
I don't hope that Riek Machar will be lured into this tactic war, a political war, just to yeah. So maybe we can talk
And you're
with
right, William, because I just remember, like you see, when Salva Kiir relieved Paul Malong from being a chief of the staff, you see what happened. Paul Malong ended up to be a rebel,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
So the same thing, Dr. Riek Machar also have to be careful. If this was, because I never heard it. Maybe it just happened today. I wasn't listening to the news today. I was so busy teaching my students and what things like that, driving, so nobody think different. If he have to do this and the person is not in Juba with him, so the person can defect and form another movement, you see. So Dr. Riek Machar have to be careful with that. And just what I'm hoping, like what we are talking today, I hope that will not be true, because we don't need every time people rebel and rebel and rebel, and we need to bring all this war to an end. So that's why we are crying here. So at least the government don't create more problem, and people will start uh, turning their back into the government and going to the bushes more and more. So that is what I can say here.
yeah. Thank
Yeah.
you very much. And also for the chairman, also is as you said, I think he's a wise person, well-educated person, and he knows his position now. What happened to him and what happened before even 2016. We all know that. So and yes, he's leading a war. He's leading a war. It's not easy. Fighting a war is not easy at all. But imagine that we are implementing the peace and there is difficulties. So what cannot be overcome here? If there is issue with general on the ground and they are screaming out, we don't have food to our soldier, we don't have this for this, and the government is doing it uh, intentionally. So what will happen in this transition? Many things could happen, but where is the responsibility here, or the ability to manage those things when they occur like this? I think that is a responsibility of chairman to say, I have to take care of my own house. You know, the person like Garwidul is very important person. If it is not for Yamashir, is very important person for the people who are in the uniform and for the people who have been neglected by the government. So should I really uh, uh, let it go, or should I have to find a way how to fix my own house? You know, so those are the things that where the chairman is being tested. That is a real test to him. So yeah, but thank you very much again, pal. Yeah, and thank you, John, for asking this question. Yeah.
Yeah, and we talk about the appointment of Garway Dual earlier when we do the highlight, and we started from very beginning. Maybe John Modi was not there in the beginning. We talk about it, except we didn't know about him also being fired. We know that he got appointed. That is why we talk about it, and we talk about the reason why he refused. But John Modi came to us with a new thing, which I'm gonna go look for it. If he also get fired, and then but at least we answer. It shouldn't be like that. So anyway, thank you, John Modi, and all our viewers. Thank you so much, and we love to see you again. Please share the video, and thank you all. I'm not going to repeat myself again, but for those who came to me with me today on the studio, all of you, thank you. Abel Cohn, William Goldie, Mabor, welcome. And I would like to also extend my thanks to Jeremiah, those our regular, Jeremiah, Simon, and what is his name? Okay, I think I'm forgetting everybody. Otto, where is Otto? We don't see him anyway. Juju, yeah, to all of them, please, we would love to see you next time in a different topic. Thank you so much, and have a good night.
Thank you. Good night, Bill. Good night. Yeah. Good night, viewer. Yeah.
Anadi kore selile rabuna aula tena kulumendo baba wabana tena wadu mama abuto mutu jando mon fikaba ulio umon kikore le asan kankari abuto mon kirita Okyalde satuma into mama Kwele papa kyalde Adatom samala Panate Maendu sabili Yalde Adatom samala Manande Maendu sabili Aulade Rabba bigata kiyan Banade kulu talakasida kedeni na deresu yatanina makili matarabuna ashan yalde zatumenu baba zamanani teksavile tuweza kanita ayu diana binanga sambale yaba lazishaja for the late yangali it's that right we yalde Mandaru salam Abuto mon mutu jado mon figaba Uluyo mon gikorele Wika wijin Mega temuranto Mega kunkodo ben Jode Adato sambala Banade Maengu sabi Iyante Maengu sambala Banade Maengu sabi I know that you woman and nothing Abuzatu Mendekeraku Baba se mama Lati gelena zekiru de talin kabe Leando talin bipada minde Oh, come on, tell us the king, Arsibu bilanga bidade. Ana asuma, bin mayigo badun. Ana asuma, tunubin bikatunu badun. Wala wika, ana bibi uminwe. Ya kwani, oh yeah, muhaba bekam. Ana bibi minwe. Yale, 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 derulo montapi. Yale, derulo mo buseswa. Yale, derulo mo madari. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Tayal, tayal, kiwaja futu jala tesa. Wala kil kuluma, malu kuluma, madaris kuluma. Ude ya musuli ya kanina, mama, baba, ya kaningimu, kami tapoda.
Musulia, Musulia, ay, yale maligo Musulia, tabele tomande. Yale maligo Musabala, yakina pigira
Selika, you need a little attention. Selika, you need meditation. None of them want cooperation. That's how we need in our nation. Just want to the world of peace. Everyone work together for peace. We need to live together with peace. Rest a man speak to the one about peace.
Y'all make satisfied, Papa. Y'all make satisfied, Mama. Put on mutu jana won't Papa. Come on, be correct. Papa. Oh, Mama. Oh,
These are the voices of South Sudan, brought to you by Ruka Music. Easy Jet, you know.